The first madam has been in agonizing labor for 3 long days. She has finally given birth. Oh no. The 7th prince has fallen gravely ill and slipped into a coma. He's not going to make it. The child Madame AA just gave birth to is a curse. She brings nothing but bad luck. Before her own mother could even hold her, the newborn was snatched away by a wet nurse, thrown into a carriage, and banished to their ancestral home in Anhui. And strangely enough, from that day on, Yu Banban's reputation as a cursed girl with a miserable fate was sealed forever. Thank heavens, the 7th prince has finally woken up. Madam, the rumors about that cursed girl being an ill omen have already spread everywhere. On the morning of the 3rd day, the Marchioness passed away. Meanwhile, Yu Banban lived a life worse than a servant's at the ancestral estate in Anhui. Since she was 4 years old, she was banished to the back courtyard to do hard labor, carrying water, chopping firewood, washing clothes, and sweeping floors. Her hands were covered in painful chilblains all year round. She barely survived until she turned 16, and the relatives at the ancestral estate were already planning to marry her off to a shady, untrustworthy family. But just then, the Marquis's estate in the capital demanded her return to serve as a living cure. The physician at the Marquis's estate had written a prescription that required her blood as the cure. The original owner of this body was tormented over and over again until someone eventually plotted against her, driving her to her death. By the time she opened her eyes again, she was the new Yu Banban. Who would have thought that wretched brat would actually make it back to the capital? You don't think she'll come back to cause trouble for us, do you? Well, returning to the capital might actually be a good thing. At least she won't get sold off by those greedy vultures at the Anhui ancestral estate. Just the day before we left, this old servant heard they had already arranged a marriage for her. That family's son is a complete idiot. They just wanted a daughter-in-law to carry on their family line. Even though you are known as an ill omen, second miss, that family's plan was to keep the baby and dispose of you the moment you gave birth to a son. After all, you are still a daughter of the Marquis of Jingzhou. Even if the Marquis's estate refuses to acknowledge you now, they might still accept your child in the future. And even if they don't, having a connection to the Marquis's estate would still give them massive bragging rights in a tiny place like Anhui. That family had already settled the deal with the ancestral estate. If you married him, they would pay 100 taels of silver. And the elders at the ancestral estate were more than satisfied. We've arrived at the capital. Look, you can already see the city gates. Your Highness, 7th Prince, are you all right? Quick, get in the carriage. Summon the imperial physicians to the Prince of Li's estate immediately. Hurry! Look at you.
Banban, it's been 16 years.
You're finally back. You've grown up to be so beautiful, Banban. You're even prettier than Chiman. It's so good to have you back. So good. Ha ha ha. Yes, it is so good to have you back. Now that you're back, your sister's illness can finally be cured. Yes, exactly. Banban, you must eat well, okay? Only when you eat well can you produce plenty of blood. If it weren't for your sister's illness, you wouldn't even have the chance to return to the capital. You must learn to be grateful. Come on, go draw it right now. Don't waste any time. I'm more than happy to serve as eldest sister's medicinal guide. But I've been traveling all this way through the heavy wind and dust, and swallowed a lot of dirt. Right now, my blood wouldn't make a good medicinal guide. Why don't I rest for a day first? Once I've recovered, you can use it for eldest sister. Don't you worry. I'll make sure to be a perfect blood donor, and definitely get eldest sister cured. Quick, take the second miss down to get some good rest. What a sensible child. Hurry, take her back to her room to rest. Feed her pig liver today. Make sure she eats plenty of it. The 7th prince is dying. My lord, I heard that when Banban returned to the capital yesterday, her carriage collided with the 7th prince's carriage outside the city. The 7th prince was thrown right out of his carriage, on the spot, and fell right on top of Banban. It was absolutely terrifying. My lord, Banban cursed the 7th prince when she was born, and now she's harmed him again the moment she returned to the capital.
If the emperor takes his anger out on our Yue family,
How are we going to survive? So, what are you suggesting? Why don't we have Bamban marry the 7th prince to ward off his illness? I've made some inquiries. The 7th prince's illness is incurable. And I'm sure the emperor knows it too. They say it's to ward off the illness, but in reality, they just want someone to keep the 7th prince company in his final moments. The emperor is just showing a bit of final kindness. He doesn't want the 7th prince to pass away without ever being married. So, whether she curses him or not, the emperor probably won't care. After all, nobody else is willing to marry him anyway. At a time like this, if our Yu family sends Banban over, the emperor will surely be deeply grateful to us. Everything I do is with the A family's best interests at heart, my lord. And it is all for your own sake as well. You have always been the most understanding one. If you hadn't warned me in time back then, I'm afraid the emperor would have held a grudge against our Anyuan Marquise mansion long ago. We wouldn't be enjoying the comfortable life we have today. But while sending Banban to marry him for luck is a minor matter, Kiyer Chinwon's illness is of utmost importance. If Banban enters the Prince Li mansion, we truly won't be able to draw her blood anymore. Cam Wu's illness is indeed important, but to me, you are far more important, my lord. We can always find another way to cure Chan Wu's illness, but I absolutely cannot risk anything bad happening to you. After Chao Shukun left,
the concubine Xiaolanyan was promoted to the position of legal wife.
Yu Chenma became the legitimate daughter of the Anyuan Marquis mansion. Does Yuan Rong honestly want to curse my son to death? What exactly is he plotting? It seems he really doesn't want to be the Marsk of an Anyuan anymore. Actually, it might not be a bad idea to let the Yer family's daughter marry him. There have been rumors in the capital for years that this child's fate clashes with Chonghua's. Coincidentally, they both returned to the capital at the same time and even ran into each other. Perhaps it is fate. We might as well send her to the Prince Li mansion to serve him as a maid. After all, even the imperial doctors can do nothing about Chonghua's illness. Let the two of them finish what they started. This can be seen as putting an end to their ill-fated connection in this lifetime, so they won't be entangled with each other in the next. Don't you agree, Your Majesty? I just feel so sorry for Chonghua. He's been sick ever since he was a child. At least he should have someone by his side in his final moments. After careful consideration, Emperor Tanshan drafted an imperial decree to bestow the marriage. Yu Banban, come can take a bath. You're starting to smell. Maybe because the second young mistress is getting married. Once she marries out, she won't be considered part of the Weah family anymore. So, she won't bring bad luck to the eldest young mistress anymore. Are you saying that Chen Wu's illness was also caused by Bamban's bad luck curse? It's just a guess. A mere guess. Did I just transmigrate? Of all people, I had to transmigrate into someone completely unlikable. This 7th prince? He must have been poisoned. Looks like if I want to survive, I'll have to rely on myself. Yu Bambam, are you really cut out to marry into the prince's estate? Don't you dare bring trouble to this family. Don't worry, I won't. I'm father's good little girl. I'll do exactly as I'm told. I just can't bear to leave everyone. I want to stay home just a little longer and spend some quality time with you. Oh? This husband literally fell from the sky. If I don't snatch him up, I'd be insulting the heavens. The grand official wedding. Carried in an 8-person sedan chair. The second young mistress of the Ye family really is a curse to Prince Li's estate. Just like the rumors say. Just bow a few times yourself to go through the motions, and that'll be enough. Take the newlyweds to the bridal chamber. Sure, this wedding is real, but do not even think about consummating it. The 7th prince cannot handle any exertion. Understand? Don't go throwing yourself at him like you've never seen a man before. It's true that our prince is handsome, but at the end of the day, he's a very sick man. You need to know your place. Don't worry. I'll be extremely sensible. We need to act while His Highness still has a breath left in him. Hurry up and make sure he leaves a child behind. That way, at least you'll have an heir. And Consortine in the palace will have someone to live for in her remaining years. Otherwise, with him wasting away like this, even the Empress cannot bear to watch anymore. But we can't just ignore the 7th prince's life and death just to get a child. The imperial physician said the 7th prince is beyond saving. We might as well just focus on the next generation. I thought marrying to ward off illness was ridiculous enough. But I never expected they'd do something even more absurd. Sending you here. What's that supposed to mean? Are you looking down on me? Or are you afraid I'll actually bring you bad luck? I'm not looking down on you. And I'm certainly not afraid of you cursing me. I just don't think they should believe in those ridiculous rumors about curses. Much less ruin your entire life because of them. How exactly is that going to ruin my life? Do you have any idea what marrying into Prince Lee's manor actually means? I don't have much time left. I don't know if I can hold on for 1 or 2 more days. Or maybe 3 or 5. Either way, the doctor says it's just a matter of days. But for the rest of your life, you'll be trapped in this manor, living all by yourself. You can never remarry. You do maybe. You will never know the joy of having a family of your own. The only thing keeping you company will be endless solitude and the cold, ruthless nature of the royal family. Are you absolutely sure you want to live like that? Is everything you just said really true? I'll get to live in this massive manor all by myself? Aside from the servants, no one else will ever bother me. The royal family is cold and ruthless. So they won't even care about a daughter-in-law who is only married to ward off your illness? And I won't have to go back to my family's house to live? I won't be allowed to easily see my relatives? I won't be able to remarry or marry another man and have kids? Is all of this really true? Really? Really true? Scared now, aren't you? It's fine. Even though the capital rumors say you're bad luck to me, I don't believe in those superstitions. At the end of the day, our paths crossed for a reason. I can't bring myself to ruin your life. If you regret this, I'll have someone explain things to the Emperor and Empress right away. We can just call off this wedding. You, shut your mouth right now. Don't you dare become a stumbling block on my path to the perfect life. I finally hit the jackpot with an opportunity like this, and before I can even enjoy it, you want to call off the wedding? But without me? You think this is a good thing? Duh. If this isn't a good thing, then what is? No husband to deal with, no kids to raise, and no annoying man nagging me all day long. I won't have to deal with demanding in-laws forcing their rules on me every single day. When you're gone, this entire estate will be all mine. I can lie down whenever I want and sit around doing absolutely nothing whenever I feel like it. You can eat whatever you want and do whatever you please. Oh, by the way, the imperial court will still send me my monthly allowance, right? They definitely will. After all, I am still the princess consort of Lee. If my life is too miserable, the royal family will lose face too. This was caused by drugs affecting your heart. Someone poisoned you. The bones and joints are fine, but your legs have severe fluid retention. Good. They are completely swollen out of shape. You must often feel your heart racing and struggle to catch your breath. Total body weakness. And at your worst, you can't even stand up. You just want to lie down. This is because of poor blood flow from your heart. It simply cannot pump enough blood to keep your body functioning. Fixing this isn't hard for me. But I don't really want to cure you completely. What if we did it this way instead? I will cure you just enough to keep you half well and half ill. It will keep you alive, but won't let you recover fully. You feel much less pain, but you will never be able to move around like a normal person. No medicine? I have thought this through. Your status is too sensitive. Once you fully recover, you will definitely get dragged into the fight for the throne. I don't think that is good for our domestic peace, let alone living a long, peaceful life. Chasing power is far too exhausting. Either you will get schemed to death by others, or you will work yourself to death. Personally, I would much rather stay alive. If you are half sick, you won't stand a chance at the throne anyway. But since you are still a prince, this estate will always be extremely wealthy. We can just lounge around at home, eating good food and doing absolutely nothing. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Wait, we're still alive. And living together doesn't mean I have to give your highness an heir, right? You're already planning my funeral? Not me. I have to stay sensible. I can't just throw myself at you just because you are incredibly handsome. Don't even think about anything else. Oh, right. You probably don't even have the strength to think about that right now anyway. Where on earth did you learn medicine? I've never heard that Miss Di of the Marquis of anyone's mansion was skilled in medicine. Well, the Misty you heard about must be the eldest daughter of the Marquis. Not me. Think this. What is this? Why do you care what it is? You're dying anyway. I wouldn't be stupid enough to poison you beforehand. I'm thirsty. Once you take this heart-reviving pill, you'll start feeling its effects in 2 hours. Our heart palpitations and weakness will improve significantly. Even the swelling across your body will start to go down. But this isn't some miracle drug that cures you with just one pill. To completely cure your condition, you must take it consecutively for 10 days. For 10 whole days? I'm the only one with the skills to cure you. But like I said before, your sickness was actually caused by drugs. Someone has been poisoning you. Although the poison was given to you many years ago, and there are barely any signs of it left, the residual toxins in your body are still slowly dragging you down. Purging all the poison in 10 days is no myth. I really can do it. You have to trust me. Is everything you said true? Yes, it is. Then, are you willing to treat me? Then, will you listen to me? I will. Good. Now be good. Let's not treat it. I'm only doing this for your own good. You'll understand in the future. Rest up for now. I'm going to take a stroll around the mansion. I just came back from the countryside. It wasn't easy getting into Prince Li's mansion, so I want to look around and open my eyes. Even if you're not allowed to throw yourself at His Highness, you should at least stay inside and look after him. How can you just run out right after entering the bridal chamber? Is His Highness's handsome face not enough to keep you there? Get back in there, right now. Don't you dare come out until you're pregnant. Please, stop arguing, you two. His Highness is in poor health and has just fallen asleep. I only came out because I was afraid of disturbing His Highness's rest. Besides, I wanted to take a look around the estate. It's my first time seeing such a massive prince's manor. I swear, it looks even bigger than our anyone Marquis mansion. Listen to yourself. How can a mere Marquis's mansion compare to a prince's estate? Can a Marquis even begin to compare to a prince? You really are just an uncultured country bumpkin who has seen nothing of the world. True. Very true. You're absolutely right. I really haven't seen anything of the world. I was sent to the countryside right after I was born. Even at the anyone Marquis mansion, I only stayed for 3 days after returning to the capital, and was sent here on the 4th day. So, why don't you show me around? Help me broaden my horizons. Wow. There's actually a lake inside the estate. Wow, there's even a hill. Wow, there are so many servants here. And so many courtyards. You are absolutely going to be the death of me. She certainly has a strong constitution. Look at her, not even flustered or out of breath. Splendid. I was raised in the countryside since I was a child. I'd done all kinds of heavy, rough labor. I was only 4 years old when I started following the adults up the mountain to gather firewood. Walking for a mere 4 hours is absolutely nothing to me. Is that something to be proud of? Why on earth are you bragging about it? Don't you know exactly why you were banished to the countryside in the first place? It's all because you jinxed our 7th prince. You've been a curse to him since the moment you were born. And the moment you returned to the capital, you jinxed him again. Were you never going to stop tormenting him? Can't you go ruin someone else's life for once? It's not like I wanted any of this. But honestly, it's not like I actually jinxed him, is it? I finally managed to return to the capital, only for his carriage to crash into mine. And now that he's dying, they drag me into Prince Li's estate for a marriage to ward off his bad luck. What kind of miserable fate is this? Why is he so obsessed with tormenting only me? You old man, you're all bark and no bite. You claim you look down on me. But during dinner, you still ask me what I like to eat. At least His Highness will have a princess to bury him. I don't care what you feed me. I was raised in the countryside anyway, so I'm not picky. Just give me some leftovers. I'll eat anything. Yeah, exactly. I'm not a picky eater at all. I can just eat whatever leftovers you guys have. Even the scraps in the prince's palace are way better than what I used to eat. I'm already so grateful. What a cruel sin. The Ying family is truly wicked. All right, just wait here. I'll go get things sorted. Look at how thin you are. You're as skinny as a toothpick. I'll have the kitchen stew some meat for you. We used to never let your highness eat such greasy food. We were afraid it'd be too heavy for his weak body to handle. But now, we don't have to worry about those taboos anymore. Your highness, whatever you want to eat, just tell this old servant. From now on, we'll eat whatever we feel like. You know, they say the scariest thing to hear is, just eat whatever you feel like eating. Usually when people say that, it means death is just around the corner. Right. Could you please come over and help support me? Since today's your very first day here, it is only right that I keep you company and have a meal with you. Besides, I'm not feeling overly exhausted today. My energy actually feels a bit better this time. I've said all this to you without even getting out of breath. Honestly, I think you're just experiencing that final surge of energy before you pass. Stop being so fussy and just eat. Since you're not feeling as bad, eat more. You can only get your strength by eating. That's how your illness will heal faster. No, what I meant was, you should eat as much as you can while you still have the chance. Because every meal you have now might be your last. I just took a walk around the entire Prince Li's estate. I grew up in the countryside, so I've never seen such a magnificent mansion before. This time, my eyes have truly been opened. This isn't just an estate. It's practically a royal garden. I happily live here my whole life without ever stepping foot outside. But some of the people in your estate seem a bit off. When they look at me, on the surface, they just seem curious about the new princess. But in reality, there's this underlying sense of surveillance and scrutiny. But not everyone is like that. They seem to be divided into two different factions. How could you tell? By watching them. The way some of them look at people is off. And what they're doing with their hands doesn't make sense either. For example, they're holding a broom pretending to sweep, but they've been dragging it around for ages without actually gathering a single pile of leaves. I've been sweeping floors in the countryside for over 10 years, so I can tell. I know all too well what it means when someone sweeps like that. What does it mean? That they're totally distracted? They are even trying to sweep. They're just putting on a show. In reality, their minds are somewhere else entirely. So those were all just excuses you made up. Your real goal was to spy on how things are being handled. But didn't you say you still wanted to observe these things? I might be a lazy slacker, but I'm not about to let myself get killed. To live a lazy life, there's a prerequisite. This place actually has to let me live in peace and do absolutely nothing. So, those people must have been sent by your rivals, right? It's obviously none other than your brothers. Who told your family to actually have a throne to inherit? All right, hurry up and eat. Once you're done, I'll give you an acupuncture treatment to help with the swelling in your legs. But like I said before, we can't let you get better too quickly, and we can't cure you completely either. Recovering too fast will only raise suspicions, and if you fully recover, I won't be able to slack off anymore. It's getting dark. You should head back to the palace. I'm staying here tonight. The Empress gave strict orders. I must personally hear the new princess and the seventh prince consummate their marriage. I didn't know the Empress had such bizarre tastes. So you're here to eavesdrop on our wedding night? Does the Empress actually want you alive? Or does she want you dead? I'm not bad-mouthing the Empress behind her back. I just want to make sure I understand where the key players stand. You know your enemy, know yourself, right? I've been frail ever since I was a child. My royal mother was sick with worry. So most of the time, it was the Empress who raised me. She's not your birth mother, but closer than one. So she's a good person? Maybe she really just wants us to have a child, so she can have some comfort. Too bad, though. Are you trying to freeze the prince to death by leaving the door open? What are you doing? How am I supposed to do the acupuncture if you don't take off your pants? Do you want to get better or not? Can't you poke me somewhere else? Poke where? You tell me where else I should poke. The swelling in your legs is severe. If we don't get the swelling down, your legs will be ruined, even if we cure your illness. Don't worry. In my line of work, I've seen it all. I can keep my eyes strictly on the job. Then why don't you actually look at the needles? Why are you staring at me? Oh, right, the needles. Sure, I'll look at the needles. Wipe your drool first. And keep your hands to yourself. That's no way to treat yourself. You really need to have a realistic grasp of how handsome you are. Look at the state I'm in. What's there to even appreciate? All right, I get it. Just stay calm. Once this incense stick burns down, I'll take the needles out. Since you took the heart-reviving pill today, we can skip the needles in your chest. 2, 5, but we'll definitely have to do it tomorrow. Otherwise, you're going to feel completely drained again. I do have 1 heart-reviving pills left, but I really don't want to feed them to you anymore. The Imperial doctors from the palace are bound to come and check your pulse. If you take another pill, they'll easily detect that you're starting to recover. We can't let them see any signs of improvement. Once they find out, our lives are going to get extremely difficult. Can you at least tell me where you got these needles from? The whole world knows you're terminally ill. And it was only natural for me to prepare a little before marrying into your estate. As for my medical skills, I learned them from a traveling doctor in the countryside. You shouldn't look down on those wandering healers, you know? True masters are found among the common folk. Those old foggies at the Imperial Medical Academy can't even compare. Like I said, I can treat your illness, but I can't cure you completely. Still, after my treatment, your fatigue and swelling will definitely disappear. You just can't let anyone notice. Here, let me teach you how to fake it. Yes. Cough exactly like that. Do it a few more times. That's your signal. You have to send everyone the message that you're still bedridden. Got it? And about everything else. There is no everything else. Anything else would ruin my whole plan to just slack off. As long as you stay sick, we can both sleep easy. I won't bring you any trouble either. Think. I'll just lounge around the state all day, eat when it's mealtime, and go to sleep when it gets dark. Man, your bed is incredibly comfortable.
Yo, Pan Pan, wake up.
You haven't pulled the needles out yet. You Pan Pan. I said all that to you, and you didn't hear a single word, did you? Our poor 7th prince is still so sick.
How can you be so heartless? Thank you, friend, that you face his paw.
May your highness and the princess consort enjoy a long and happy marriage. And may you be blessed with a child soon. Should I move the princess consort to the outer room? No, it is fine. Let her sleep here. She is a pitiful child too. Thank you. Your highness seems to be in quite good spirits today. The princess consort says it is just a temporary rally before the end. Haha. Is your highness's health still failing then? Well, he is still not doing very well. He does seem a bit stronger than he was over the last 2 days. Then it seems the wedding indeed warded off the bad luck. Congratulations, 7th prince. Well, His Majesty did say, if your highness is truly not doing well, I should take these official reports back with me. But if your highness has recovered a little, do you think I am to leave these reports here? 42. Once your highness finishes reviewing them tomorrow, I will return to collect them. 44. The 7th prince is still quite unwell, but luckily his condition hasn't taken a turn for the worse. If it stays like this, he's at least stable. But if we want him to get any better, he'll still have to leave the capital to soak in the hot springs. The hot springs at Chang'an Source are highly effective for this illness. I'll make plans once I'm feeling a bit better. Sigh. Who are they going to report to once they return? Who knows? Either way, it definitely won't be the Emperor or the Empress. Are you out of your mind? Who on earth wears their wedding robes the day after their wedding? Then what should I wear? Didn't you bring any clothes with you when you left home? And where is your wet nurse? Her wet nurse? Weren't there any clothes in her dowry chests? What are you still standing there for? Hurry up and change her into something else. Unipoint. It's not that I don't want to change the princess's clothes. It's just that my father-in-law really didn't send any clothes with her. She does have the outfit she wore back from the countryside, but it's completely torn. It's really unwearable. Didn't you bring any clothes when you left home? And where is your wet nurse? Her wet nurse? Weren't there any clothes in her dowry chests? What are you still standing there for? Hurry up and change her into something else. Yuda-kwan, it's not that I don't want to change the princess's clothes. It's just that my father-in-law really didn't send any clothes with her. She does have the outfit she wore back from the countryside, but it's completely torn. It's really unwearable. The Yu family didn't even send any clothes with her? The Yu family has gone too far. Is that Yu Jingrong out of his mind? She is the princess consort. Oh, so you actually know she is the princess consort. Since she's my princess consort, then why didn't her mansion prepare any clothes for her? The tailor is already at the mansion, waiting outside. Because the wedding was rushed, and we only saw the princess for the first time yesterday. We didn't have time to get things ready. Go with him to get measured. For now, we'll buy a few simple robes for you to wear. You really should return to the palace this time. No rush. I've already sent the servants to buy some ready-made clothes.
Once the princess has been measured and changed, I'm taking the princess to the palace to pay her respects and serve tea to the emperor and empress.
Do what? Serve tea to the emperor and empress.
Don't you even know this basic etiquette?
A new bride is supposed to meet her parents-in-law on her second day, isn't she?
Our lady was sent away the moment she was born. No one at the old estate taught her these things. That's beside the point.
Besides, do I really need to go through all this trouble when I was only married off to cure his illness?
Good grief, don't you want to make a good impression? How can you be so utterly unambitious?
When other princesses get married,
I can't wait to rush into the palace to win over their parents-in-law.
we are talking about the emperor and empress here.
But look at you.
You actually don't even want to go. Remember when the first prince got married?
Before the princess even stepped through the door, she knelt at the mansion gates facing the imperial palace and kowtowed 3 times to the emperor and empress, crying out, "Imperial father, imperial mother!"
And after the second prince's wedding,
His princess was waiting at the palace gates before dawn the very next day.
she prostrated herself every 3 steps, all the way into the palace.
Not only did she serve tea to the emperor and empress, she even personally prepared all their meals for that day. The third princess is highly skilled in embroidery. Over the years, she has gifted countless hand-stitched robes to the imperial family.
Every single piece features double-sided embroidery,
A mastercraft.
she spent her entire childhood perfecting.
But if we're talking about pure dedication, no one beats Miss D, the daughter of the Minister of Revenue, to secure her marriage to the fourth prince.
She visits the palace every other day, calling consortie mother the second she sees her,
And even dancing for her.
she buttered up consortie so well that the consort practically treats her like her own daughter.
Wow. Is the competition seriously that cutthroat?
Listen,
You are no longer just an adopted daughter of the A family. You are the official princess of Li now.
although last night well, the imperial doctor said the prince's condition didn't get any worse.
In fact, they said he's stable. That means you've brought good fortune to the household.
We are all in this together now, and as your loyal servants, we have to look out for your future. So tell me, what special talents do you have?
I know how to cut wild grass for pigs. She actually knows how to cut pig grass. And she's actually really good at it too. Shut your mouth.
Are you two trying to anger me to death on purpose? What kind of a talent is cutting pig grass?
Is there even a single blade of pig grass in the entire capital for her to cut? Who is she even cutting that pig grass for? Are there even any pigs in the capital? Unicorn, please stop yelling. Our new princess was sent to the countryside when she was just a child. She probably hasn't seen much of the world here in the capital. It's only natural for her to be scared and nervous. Why don't we ask Dan Chanhua to return to the palace and speak with the empress? He can ask Her Majesty to consider the unique situation of the Li mansion and just waive this protocol entirely. Yes, skip it. Please, skip it.
My head is still spinning.
Oh, I can't. I feel so dizzy. What is it now? If she doesn't even want to go to the palace to offer tea to the emperor and empress, what kind of proper luckbringer princess is she?
But that old maid just said we didn't have to go. Just again.
That old maid? Can you even tell the difference between a good person and a bad one? Do you honestly think that old hag has your best interests at heart? What decent servant wouldn't encourage their master to step up? Stepping up or not doesn't even matter. Then, what does? Staying alive is what matters most. It's not your survival that's the most important. It's the Seventh Highness staying alive that matters most.
But isn't he alive right now?
But someone wants him dead. Don't you get it? In this very mansion, someone wants him dead. I know that. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been sick for all these years. Then why aren't you trying to find a solution? Are you out of your mind?
None of you could do anything about it.
Even the imperial doctors were useless. Even the emperor and empress were completely helpless. And now you're pinning all your hopes on me. A bride married just to bring him luck? Are you kidding me? Why don't you go out and ask what the families of his previous 16 wives did to me? Do you really think I know how to do any of that embroidery or dancing stuff you're talking about? How on earth am I supposed to win over the emperor and empress? Your Highness, Please talk to the princess.
She has to at least show her face in the palace. First of all, who says you aren't a proper princess? Second, rules are rules. Since you are supposed to pay your respects in the palace, just go.
Go on. My mother has been thinking of us too. Could you visit her on my behalf, please? And go empty-handed?
Just bring her your warmest, most sincere wishes.
Well, fine, I guess.
You two have already consummated your marriage. So why are you still shy about His Highness looking at you?
Who said we consummated anything? Look at his health. He is completely unfit to consummate a marriage.
Hurry up and change.
Think. He really is gorgeous. It's just a pity he's a bit of a fool. I'm afraid he's just a beautiful, useless dummy, isn't he? Yugishrang, you really have sharp eyes. Every word is spot on.
You see, isn't this a classic case of extremes turning into their opposites?
Everyone said the Ye family child would bring misfortune to Hua Yi.
But who would have thought that after she married in?
Where's illness actually stabilized?
The wedding really did ward off the bad luck. For that alone, I must give them credit. Give credit to whom?
To the Yue family child?
Or to your beloved noble consort, Ye? Yu, what are you talking about?
We were talking about the Yu family child.
What does the noble consort have to do with this? Don't think I don't know.
About marrying the A family child into the Li prince's estate.
You were completely against it at first,
But then Mi Mengxu said a few words, and you suddenly gave in.
So, were you doing this for War's sake?
Or simply to do what Yu Mengxu told you to?
Me?
Listen to her. What do you mean by that?
I have always focused on the matter at hand, not the person.
This has absolutely nothing to do with the noble consort.
We had arrived at the Changhu Palace.
We're here. Where are we?
You've slept all night and you're still not awake?
If I had actually spent the whole night in his bed,
He'd probably still be flat on his back, unable to get out of bed right now.
Are the Emperor and Empress both inside?
Has Consort Jin arrived yet?
The Emperor is here, but Consort Jin didn't make it.
I heard she's fallen ill again.
Consort Jin's poor health is truly worrying. Pull yourself together and follow me inside. Imperial Father, Empress Mother, please accept this tea, Imperial Father, Empress Mother. Take a few steps forward, holding it way back there. Who on earth can reach it? I've heard that you were sent away from the capital the very day you were born.
And you've been raised in the countryside ever since.
After returning to the capital, you were hurriedly married off to Prince Li's estate. It's completely understandable that you don't know our court etiquette. You poor child. You've really had a hard life. Actually, back then, we didn't believe in those superstitious rumors about people clashing and bringing bad luck to each other.
But it wasn't our place to interfere in a court official's family affairs.
So, we let it be. But that's all in the past now.
The imperial doctors tell me that War's illness has stabilized, and he's gotten past the worst of it.
The warding ritual was a success. Because of this, we have no choice but to believe in some of these superstitions. Don't you agree?
My child, you must take good care of Hua.
He is my most treasured son. Now that you be married him, I don't ask for much. I only hope he has someone to keep him company. My child, now that you've married Fuar,
We are family.
although Fuar is not my biological son, I've raised him by my side since he was a baby. It breaks my heart that I couldn't nurse him back to good health. It has always been a heavy burden on my conscience. Even after he was titled prince and moved to his own estate, I worried about him every single day. But now, things are different. Now that he has you to care for him, I can finally put my mind at ease. But, Bamban, although the 7th prince is ill, you are perfectly healthy. When it comes to matters outside the estate, since he is unable to handle them, you will have to step up. You must do this, that, and then that, and this. Father, if I have to do this, that, and all of those things, I won't be able to take proper care of the 7th prince. I won't even be able to keep him company. He might not see me at all from morning till night. Father, is doing all of that more important, or is the seventh prince?
This is my decision. It's useless to beg him.
As a princess consort, you must act like one.
Changchu Palace has even prepared your needlework assignments. What's wrong? What's going on?
Is court dismissed? But you really need to work on that temper of yours. Slamming tables all the time is not a good habit. Your Highness, how could you yawn like that? And how could you yawn right along with the Emperor? Hurry up and apologize to Her Majesty. I was wrong. I won't ever do it again. Empress Mother, please spare me. Father, I didn't mean to yawn at the same time as you. It was just a coincidence. Actually, you are right. Taking good care of Huar is what matters most. My Huar must live a good, long life. I know he needs to live. I raised him, myself. Would I ever harm him? Then why did you assign so many chores to Banban? What, are they supposed to just play house in the manor? Can the imperial family just play house? Do you think everyone is as unambitious and lazy as you? Always looking for ways to slack off and play tricks? Our Banban is a hardworking, motivated child. Now get the hell out of my sight. Go back to your precious consort, you.
And go cuddle the E family.
Don't keep bringing up the E family. The U family has absolutely nothing to do with this. You weren't frightened, were you, Your Highness? Don't be scared. This happens all the time. The Emperor is acting tough now, but he'll be back tonight to coax Her Majesty. In all these years, he's never won an argument. But, Your Highness, this is partly your fault too. How could you get so sleepy on your very first day attending the audience? Yawning like that? Honestly, who wouldn't get upset? I told you I didn't want to come, but you just had to force me. All right. I don't blame you. We can't stay in Changqiu Palace for now. Let me take you to Jingshu Palace to visit Consort Jin. Princess Li, Her Highness the Noble Consort requests your presence. Come sit by me. There is no need to be so polite. I am truly delighted to meet Changhwa's wife today. The moment I saw you, I felt an instant connection. I suppose this must be fate. What a pity. If only I had known how wonderful you are sooner. I should have begged the Emperor to marry you to the 8th Prince instead. Still, marrying Changhua is not bad either. He is, after all, the most handsome among all the princes. When I get a chance to see Marco anyone, I will surely demand justice for you. How could such a sweet, lovely child have such a tragic fate? You are far too kind, Your Highness, to give me such a precious gift on our very first meeting. You deserve nothing less. In that case, are there any other free gifts? Uncle Quan, what are you pulling me? Her Highness and I hit it off so well. I gotta leave Lantai Palace empty-handed. Won't others think Her Highness the Noble Consort is stingy when they see me? You must live happily with the 7th Prince. Take good care of the Prince estate. Her Highness the Noble Consort is so good to you. You must learn to be grateful, Princess. Don't be ungrateful. How could this be? Nanny, don't look back. Guest, keep walking forward. Let me take another look. Something is definitely wrong. I can't believe it's actually that disease. Poor Nanny. She's so pitiful. Princess Lei, what on earth you're talking about? I'm saying Nanny is extremely ill. If she delays treatment any longer, she'll be in serious trouble. Princess Li, what on earth are you talking about? Nanny, take a few more steps for me. Oh my! Yes, that's it. It's exactly the same. What is exactly the same? I don't know if I should say this. Go ahead. All right, then I'll tell you. Nanny, I'm afraid there's something seriously wrong with your legs. Back in my village, there was someone just like you. Their legs would draw circles when they walked, though you couldn't tell normally. When it flares up every now and then, it just kind of draws circles. What do you mean, walking in circles? Nobody has ever told me that in all these years. But I am an honest soul. Her Grace the Noble Consort has been so incredibly kind to me. I cannot be an ungrateful wretch who has thrown their conscience to the dogs. I must repay you. If you are happy, Her Grace is happy, If Her Grace is happy, the Emperor is happy. If the Emperor is happy, the Empress... Anyway, my point is, I just want to repay Her Grace, the noble consort. That is exactly why I had to point out your condition, Nanny. Where on earth am I sick? Which leg? The right leg. Your right knee joint has a minor misalignment. You are lucky we caught it early. Any later, and it would have been a severe dislocation beyond saving. Come on, take a few steps. Fick or not, take a few steps to see if you really walk in circles. Just right here. Take a couple of steps. Oh my. Why am I walking in circles? Why are my legs not listening to me anymore? How could the princess know? Wait, what? What on earth is happening? Does your bad leg feel like it has no strength? And unless you walk in circles, you can't even stand steady? I only spoke up because I felt a connection with you. Nanny, I only did this for your own good. And for Her Grace, the noble consort. Oh, good child, good child. Thank you, princess. I was being foolish just now and spoke out of turn. Please, you must not take it to heart. You truly are a saint. Just one look, and I can tell you have such a kind heart. Although it is not nearly as valuable as Her Grace's treasures, this is the most valuable thing I have on me. Please accept this, princess. With my legs like this, I cannot walk you very far. Please go back and rest, Nanny. You must get plenty of rest. May good people live a peaceful life. What is going on? Why did it suddenly go numb? It is nothing. I just patted you a few times. You felt numb because that spot is exactly where your funny nerve is. Then why was she walking in circles? Well, when your leg is numb, don't you naturally walk in circles? So a perfectly healthy person was basically hoodwinked into limping by you. Haha, and she even wished you a peaceful life. It wasn't that we intentionally neglected Her Grace, Consort Jing. It is just that Her Grace, Consort Jing, has always had a rather quiet and detached personality. She does not like crowded places. That is why she dismissed many of her servants. In reality, Her Grace, Consort Jing, is actually the Emperor's favorite. You'll see for yourself in a moment, Your Highness. I've never seen such a breathtaking beauty in all my life. Oh, please, don't kneel. There's no need to kneel to me. I've never cared much for empty formalities. Your Highness, this is the 7th Prince's new consort, the 2nd daughter of Marquis Senyuan. We brought her to the palace today to pay her respects to you. Forgive me. I was just completely captivated looking at you. Don't mind me. You look so much like your mother. The moment I saw you, I honestly thought Shukun had come back to life. That you're willing to stay with Hu at Prince Li's estate at a time like this, I am truly, deeply grateful to you. I never expected that even after 16 years, Shukun and I would still share such a bond. But Your Highness, aren't you afraid my fate will clash with the 7th Prince? For one, you are Shukun's child. Shukun and I grew up together. I only feel heartache that she had to leave you behind. I could never resent her child, let alone believe you'd bring him misfortune. And secondly, all this talk about clashing fates. I don't believe in any of that superstitious nonsense. If anything, I only feel guilty that you've had to suffer so much all these years. Years ago, I sent word to your family. They still refused to bring you back home. Here, I've prepared a gift for our first meet. This top box contains heirlooms I brought from my family home before I entered the palace. They were given to me by my own mother. She told me that if I ever had a son, I should make sure he has these when he leaves the palace to establish his own home. The box underneath contains silver notes. I don't have much actual silver on hand, especially since Hua constantly needs expensive medicine. But Shukin's child is my own child. I will always treat you just as I treat my dear Hua. Please don't worry, Your Highness. The physician came to see the 7th Prince this morning, and he assured me his condition can be stabilized. So, Mother, please put your mind at ease. I promise I will take the absolute best care of him. Shukun never lived to hear you call her Mother. Yet here I am, getting to hear you call me Mother. It truly fills my heart with so much joy. Our children have all grown up now, and they will carve out their own destinies. If you take good care of your health, it will ease his mind too. Do you understand what I mean, Mother? I do. The Emperor and the Empress used to tell me the exact same thing. But I never listened back then. But today, because it's you asking, I will listen. Because no matter what anyone else said, Ha was still left all alone at Prince Li's estate. But with you, it's different. You are the one who is truly there, standing by his side. And that is why I am willing to listen to you. Well, at least you have some decency to speak so nicely to Consort Jin. Poor Consort Jin. She's just so pitiful. You should visit the palace more often from now on, to keep her company. Besides, you made quite a fortune in greeting gifts today, didn't you? I wouldn't call it pleasant. Sure, I got the money, and I met 3 consorts, but not a single one of them invited me to stay for a meal. I'm literally starving. This palace is way too huge. I swear I've walked over 20,000 steps. Why on earth do all the consorts live so far apart? Doesn't the emperor get exhausted walking back and forth like that? Well, not all the consorts live that far. It's mainly just these few. Consort Jin likes her peace and quiet, so she actively requested to live far away. Besides, the Empress and noble consort, you have never really gotten along. The Emperor was terrified they'd tear each other apart, so we made them live as far from each other as possible. What a hassle. Think? Even back in Prince Lee's mansion, with my past experience of managing the backyard and winning arguments. Haha, watch your step. Don't bump yourself.
The rewards sent over are from Lantai Palace and Jinsu Palace. Yubamba, what do you mean? Don't tell me His Highness is the one who wants to eat these? Yesterday the eunuch asked if there was anything he'd like to eat.
So I thought about it all night and wrote it all down. Bear paw and deer tail are obviously out of the question, but looking at what you've written, you probably just really love meat. Just you wait. Tonight, I'll cook you a whole pork knuckle.
Remember to also stew a pigeon and wolfberry soup for me to replenish my blood.
Close the door tightly when you leave. Take off your pants. Next time, can't you just say acupuncture? Take off your pants for the acupuncture. What is a grown man blushing like this for anyway? I'm not even blushing. So why are you? If you stopped staring at me like some rogue looking at a decent woman, I wouldn't be blushing this hard. You're just being petty. Today, when I went to see Consort Jean, I looked at her the same way. She didn't mind at all and let me look generously. But you? I look at you a few more times and you get upset. It's just that the current situation is a bit awkward. Why aren't you embarrassed? Precisely because you aren't embarrassed. The one who's embarrassed is me. Did you see my mother? Yeah. You look so much like Consort Jean. She said I look a lot like my mother too. She also mentioned they had known each other for a long time and were very good friends. It's my first time hearing about my mother, so I was really happy. Don't worry about her. Her illness isn't anything serious. I checked her pulse today. She also promised me she would take good care of herself. As for your own recovery, you should also keep a positive mindset. Once your spirits are up, the illness will naturally clear up quickly, all right? Oh, and Nanny, you also need to advise your master more. Eating and drinking well is a good thing, but she really can't keep slacking off like this. Even Her Majesty the Empress brought it up specifically today. She has to take it to heart. I'll talk to her, I promise. I'll talk to her right after she finishes her meal. And look at her table manners. Unacceptable. No noble lady from a Marcus's estate behaves like this. I'll make her change. I promise I will. Look, the one who's sick is the Seventh Highness, not you. You have perfectly working legs. How can a servant have so little common sense? The Seventh Highness is sick. His illness strains his mind, and he doesn't even have the strength to stand. If I keep prancing around him, talking about how blue the sky is and how wide the world is, isn't that like playing a beautiful song to a deaf person and it's just bragging about having legs in front of someone who can't even walk? Isn't that just rubbing salt in his wounds? How could you do that? Our princess consort really has a heart of gold. She really does. Though her life has been a bit tragic, but her heart is truly kind. Back in her hometown of Anuhai, when the pigs in the backyard wouldn't move all day, she would actually nudge them to take a step or two, just because she was worried they'd eat too much and get slaughtered. Should we call the Imperial Doctor? Or maybe you should eat something. Just drink some hot water. Did my act look convincing? Very convincing. I almost thought it was real. No need to doubt yourself. You are brilliant. I'm not really thirsty anymore. I'm just a bit tired after walking for so long, but it's nothing serious. The swelling is completely gone. No more acupuncture starting today. But we have to figure out a way to deal with the Imperial Doctor coming over for checkups every few days. Your current condition is fine for fooling people from a distance, but once he gets close to examine you, you'll easily blow your cover. Don't you think? You're right. That day when I went to the palace, I could tell from the Empress's subtle hints that she and noble consort Yi are really at odds. So, do you think we have reason to suspect that consort Yi was also the one who poisoned you back then? You've only been here a few days, yet you've already thought of all this? Besides, there are so many shrewd people around. She wouldn't do something so easily exposed, or else she'd be found out in a heartbeat. On the surface, she's always so warm and gentle, smiling at everyone. Just today, she even held my hand and gave me this auspicious-looking bracelet that's actually laced with a trap. It looks perfectly normal on the outside, but if you crack open these pearls, you'll see musk powder stuffed right inside. She's really trying to make sure you never have heirs. And yet you still wear it every day? Hurry up and take it off. It's fine, it can't hurt me. And it won't hurt you either. I know what I'm doing. Besides, it's such a waste to throw away something this nice. I need to find a way to cash in on it. You know, turn it into cash. What does turn it into cash mean? But you can't go out and start swindling people. Do I look like a swindler to you? Besides, I don't even want to go out anyway. Your mansion's front gate is like a barrier to me. Forget about leaving. I won't even go near it. I'm the one who actually gets to stand close to him, you know. So, How do you plan to turn this bead into cash? Just wait and watch me put on a show. Yesterday, you told me that the young mistress of the Yi family was pregnant, and 3 days from now just happens to be her birthday. The Yi family is hosting a birthday banquet for her to celebrate this double blessing. I thought about it, Unique-One. You're right. I have to start acting like the consort of Prince Li. I really must attend the banquet at the A mansion. It's just that I don't have many decent gifts on hand. After thinking it over, this bracelet is the only valuable thing I have. I'm sure if the young mistress of the Yi family receives an item used by the noble consort herself, she will definitely wear it all the time.
Unique-One, remember to prepare a new dress for me.
Just you wait and see. Before the birthday banquet at the Ya mansion, consort, you will definitely send someone to get this bead back. But she's too proud to just take it back directly. Does your family know you're this clever? Clever? Who, me? We? No. I don't want to be clever. I just want to lie around and relax. I haven't even had a chance to chill today. Are you really going to the Anj in the 3 days? Well, what other choice do I have? I really brought this on myself. Thank you for taking care of our princess all these years. You deserve all the credit for her growing up safe and sound in the countryside. From now on, the Prince Li mansion will treat you well. Wait, you're not pregnant, are you? Your Highness, you have suffered so much. You've suffered through so many illnesses. Yet that heartless child of the Yu family is completely devoid of humanity. Bimban. No, I'm not pregnant. Get this book away from me. Don't let me see it. But you are the consort of Prince Li now. As the official wife of a royal prince, how can you not study? Have you no shame? Unique-Quan, forcing someone to study is a crime against heaven. That is complete nonsense. If she doesn't want to study, then let her be. It's not like every princess has to be cast from the same mold. Your Highness, you can't keep spoiling her like this. It will only ruin her. Look, then put the book down. I will teach her myself later. How about I read it to you? Read what? I don't actually want to read anything. Aren't we doing just fine as we are? Why bother with these books anyway? Besides, look at the books he brought over. Which one of these is actually going to help me improve? See? What did I tell you? A headmaid you completely fooled in the palace the other day is here in person. She sure is quick on her feet. During the princess's last visit to the palace, our noble consort was so overwhelmed with emotion that she gave you the wrong item. She suddenly remembered it these past few days and sent this old servant in a hurry to replace it and offer some precious gifts as compensation. She simply couldn't stop worrying about it. I hope Her Highness likes it. I've gotten the items back, and now I have a personal matter to settle with you. Oh, it's just a small matter. You don't need to worry about it, Nanny. Besides, you already gave me a gold bracelet last time. I really can't take any more of your things, Nanny. Don't come over! Nanny, please don't be angry. You shouldn't get angry with a sick person. Nanny is terribly ill. She is actually quite pitiful. What's wrong with her? Look at her. She's so full of energy. How could she possibly be sick? Right? I'm perfectly fine. What illness could I possibly have? Look, let me walk a few paces for you. See? No numbness, and I'm not dragging my legs at all. You little rascal. Don't even think about setting another trap for me. Don't you dare try to fool me again. I am not falling for your tricks anymore. But, Nanny, why can't you straighten your back? Could it be that the illness in your legs has spread to your waist? What's wrong with my waist? Look, feel it. Is my back really hunched? Nanny, don't move. Let me show you exactly where it is. Feel it right here. Does it hurt? Right here. Nanny, try swaying side to side a bit. See if it feels sore and aching right there. Now feel it with your own hand. Yes, right there. Right here. Feel it. Do you feel a swollen lump? What's going on? Did you secretly press it to make it hurt? Look, you didn't even feel any pain when I touched it. Which means I barely even touched you. So how could I have made a lump appear just from that? Then, what kind of illness do I have? It's just as I said. The disease in your legs has spread to your waist. When I warned you about your legs last time, you just didn't take it seriously enough. This illness spreads incredibly fast. It's only been a few days, and it has already spread? What should I do? I don't want to die. You didn't believe me, Nanny, and you even blamed me. But I suppose the more I say, the more annoying I am. Nanny, you wanted this bracelet back just now, right? Here, let me slide it off for you. No, I don't want it back. Keep it on. You must keep it on at all times. Actually, I have another one right here. Take it. Take it all. Oh, I couldn't possibly. I must thank you, elder sister. That slap of yours completely woke me up. Otherwise, I would still be completely in the dark. Not only would I have ruined myself,
But I would have falsely accused the princess too.
The princess is absolutely right. If those imperial doctors were actually reliable,
The seventh prince would have been cured a long time ago.
to think I actually trusted them so much. They are such a disappointment.
If only they had cured it sooner. A leg injury is so much easier to treat than a ruined waist. Princess, save this old servant.
Ouch. Why is this swelling so huge?
Am I going to die? Is there still time to save me?
You can't even stand up anymore. Ah, my back. How did it shatter so suddenly? Somebody help.
A stretcher. Quick, get a stretcher. You think you're still in the imperial palace?
Where you can get whatever you want?
This is the Prince Lee Manor. The Prince Lee Manor doesn't have stretchers.
Then, what do we do?
Princess, we can't just leave her on the floor. Nanny, if there's no other way, please just rip a bedboard off for me.
But Nanny, you know the seventh prince and I are newly wedded.
All the bedding and furniture are brand new. I'll pay for it. Whatever the princess asks, I will pay. Quick, go find the sturdiest bedboard and rip it off. We need to carry Nanny on it.
Make sure it's not too thin.
If it's too thin, Nanny might fall off and get hurt.
But the thick ones are very expensive.
It will cost at least dozens, maybe even 100 taels of silver.
100 towels it is. What are you all standing around for? The bedboard is coming right up.
Don't worry, Nanny. Don't worry, Nanny.
Go back and speak nicely to the imperial doctors.
If that doesn't work, grease their palms a little.
They'll examine you thoroughly then.
The princess is truly a saint. The princess is... This old servant thanks the princess. I'll head back now.
Seeing a doctor is what's important.
Bless your kind heart.
Just like that? You conned her?
Aren't you afraid, noble consort, you will teach you?
A lesson?
Of course I'm scared. That's why I'm not leaving the manor. Even if you don't go out, she'll send people here.
We won't be able to stop them. Then we'll just make sure she can't send anyone. As long as the seventh prince is still lying there.
A useless freeloading princess consort like me. Wait, so he actually knows you're just a lazy freeloader? Your analysis is actually spot on.
Sure, I might be a little lazy, but I'm not stupid. What on earth was with that bead bracelet they were so frantic to swap out? Some kind of musk beads? They don't want the seventh prince to have any children.
What? They don't want the seventh prince to have children?
What absolute nonsense. How could the seventh prince even have children?
He's completely impotent. He can't even get it. What are you doing? Are you insane? How can you blab about such an embarrassing family secret so loudly?
I'm yelling it precisely so they hear it. Only when they hear it will they run and report it to their masters.
That's the only way our Lee Manor can have some peace and quiet. Old Seven's calligraphy is getting better and better.
The seventh prince's health seems to have improved a bit today.
When a man has strength, his writing naturally improves. He can even feed the princess consort now. Wait, what?
Feed who? The princess consort? Is that girl from the Yu family sick? No, your majesty. If she's not sick, why does she need someone to feed her?
The princess consort.
She might just be lazy.
Word has it, this is already the second time. The first time was outside the Lanyagong gates, where he got completely bamboozled. Your servant knows about that incident. Let your servant explain. Out of all my sons and daughters, not a single one takes after me. I was starting to lose all hope. But who would have thought? I ended up marrying in a daughter-in-law who takes after me perfectly. But while it's fine for her to be a lazy freeloader,
She absolutely cannot lead old Seven astray.
I'm still counting on old Seven to review these memorials for me. He needs to be ambitious. If the ministers ever find out that the memorials they submitted all these years were actually reviewed by the seventh prince, they would be absolutely devastated.
It's like desperately wanting a famous scholar's autograph.
And after finally getting it, you treasure it like a sacred relic at home for years.
All right, that's enough.
Hurry up and send these over to old Seven. As for whether they're authentic signatures or forged ones, that doesn't really matter. Fushing, have the Imperial Kitchen wrap some dumplings tonight. I'm craving them. Your Majesty, are you really not worried that the seventh prince might just throw in the towel and quit one day? With the prince's frail health, aren't you worried?
Not at all. Over all these years, when has there been a year he didn't fall critically ill at least twice?
And when was he ever actually in real danger? Besides, wasn't he cured by that auspicious wedding of his? You believe whatever he says? The imperial physicians say you're fine, so why don't you believe them? The thing is, the princess consort of Lee Manor is right. The imperial physicians haven't been able to cure the seventh prince's illness for years, which proves their medical skills are just mediocre. Look, there's a lump. If you don't believe me, Your Highness, feel it. Where is the lump? What on earth are you asking me to feel? A lump? There's such a huge lump here, Your Highness. Can't you feel it?
Wait, that's not right. Where's the lump?
Don't tell me it moved again. Last time, it migrated from the leb to the waist.
Where could it have gone this time?
Go fetch the eighth prince. Yes. Just tell him I have some business with him. How did I ever give birth to such a worthless, spineless thing like you?
Did you really think the Sian in your title, Prince Sian, meant leisure?
Well, what else could it mean?
Then which sign is it?
If you would just stop infuriating me, I might actually live a few years longer and have the strength to pave a smooth path for you.
Can you pave a path that doesn't lead to the throne? That job is not meant for humans. Wait, I don't mean father isn't human.
Shut your mouth. In 2 days, at your aunt's birthday banquet, I heard Jie Banban is going. I want you to keep a close eye on her. Wait, Yue, what's her name again?
Yu Bambang, the princess who married 7th brother to cure his illness.
Sister-in-law 7? You don't have to sound so close. Mother, is that really necessary? 7th's brother has been frail and sickly for years. His health is completely ruined. Why are you always obsessing over him? How do you know your father won't hand the Imperial Guard over to 7th brother? If he wants to give it to him, let him. I don't want it anyway. Shut your mouth. Why do you think the Yi family has spent all these years grooming you? It certainly wasn't to make you famous for drawing storybooks. Do you have any idea how many people's hard work you're throwing away with a single, I don't want it?
It's the same old speech every single time.
Fine, I get it. If I don't work hard, the people who worked hard for me won't let me off the hook, right? And you won't let me off the hook either, Mother, right? You are my son, and everything I do is for your own good.
Is that so unreasonable?
Either way, you have to learn. If you don't, I'll die right in front of you. Oh, goodness. Maybe we should just skip it. Her Highness simply doesn't have the knack for this.
But our princess can't just be completely useless at everything.
Let's learn how to cook a dish then. Yumbamba, why don't the two of you just get a divorce? Today, let's learn something more refined.
We are going to learn the tea ceremony.
How about this? Let's flip a coin to decide whether we study today or not. You mean, if it's heads, we study, and if it's tails, we don't? It's not like you only study if a flipped coin breaks. And if it doesn't, you don't study at all. Actually, the princess is trying really hard. I already taught her how to read.
Is that so? Then read the title out loud. What does it say?
Postpartum Care of Sows. Is this the book you found? I've been framed, Your Highness.
Your humble servant doesn't know how to read either.
How was I supposed to know it was this kind of book?
Yudo Kwan did say
That all these books came straight from your study. But how on earth did a book like this end up in your study?
Don't tell me you are actually interested in this field. Of course not.
Someone must have swapped the books in my study. But who would do that, and why?
They probably just wanted to clutter my study with useless things. The truth is, I haven't had the energy to keep an eye on these matters over the years,
Which allowed so many people to take advantage of me.
Remember, no matter what happens, you must never blame yourself.
You must learn to blame others instead. It makes you feel much better. You are going to the manor tomorrow. Let me tell you a few things about the place, so you can be mentally prepared. After all, since we are living together now, they might end up hurting me too,
While they are plotting against you,
I have to be careful.
they found nothing. My royal father investigated for over a decade and found absolutely nothing.
You're the only one saying it's poison. How is that even possible? You can question my character.
But you can never question my medical skills.
By the way, do you have any elite fighters around? You know, like hidden guards who appear the moment you call for them?
You keep planting spies in my manor, and it's almost impossible to stop them.
Do you think this treatment is too bitter? It's still not too late to stop. It's not bitter at all. It's much better than starving in the countryside. At least here in the prince's manor, I have plenty of food and drink. I can lie down whenever I want, and I never have to wake up before dawn again, or do endless laundry after dark. Besides, I just want to slack off on my own terms. That doesn't mean I want to get killed, either. Let's start right here in this prince's manor, and clear away all the obstacles, one by one. Let's bring more people with us today.
It is my very first time going out, after all.
Other ladies always have a whole entourage of maids and older servants with them, but I only have this old lady by my side.
We look so pitiful and weak. So, what do you want then?
We can bring your wet nurse along from our estate.
My wet nurse stayed with me in the countryside for 16 years. She's long since forgotten how to handle grand occasions in the capital.
Why don't we let these 2 senior maids come along instead? I am a woman, after all. It's much more convenient to have older maids around to look after me. Uniquan,
Don't you agree that makes sense?
Your Highness, are you really comfortable letting those 2 tag along? Are you sure?
Actually, I'm not.
Are you looking down on me? I just don't really trust those 2 senior maids.
Careful, princess. Watch your step.
The people visiting the Yi mansion today, Must be the most prominent figures in the capital. Look.
So this is the princess who was married to His Highness to cure his illness.
I was indeed angry when I saw my uncle.
Let them talk. It's not like I'll lose anything. Besides, you didn't do anything wrong, did you?
So, you're not angry at all? Oh, I didn't mean anything by that. I'm just offering a little friendly suggestion. If you really have any opinions, you're more than welcome to bring them up directly to the emperor. Or to my father.
And which family's young lady might you be?
And who are you? Which household do you belong to? And you, the lady with the green flower in your hair? Of all the colors you could have chosen,
Why did it have to be green? It's so unlucky.
what is your honorable surname? Madam, this lady here doesn't really look like an official wife. Never mind. There are too many people here anyway. I wouldn't remember even if you told me. Since everyone is here for the birthday celebration, let's not just stand around out here. Oh my. Why is this skirt so long? Careful now. Inside, please. This way, please. The eldest daughter of the Yi family has arrived.
遗权我们是血举。
Well, of course Yi know how to come. She's been very close with noble consort Jia, you know. She visits the palace once or twice every month. All just to flatter noble consort Jia. Who allowed you to dress like this? My mother said that dressing flashy is the only way to catch someone's eye.
She said since I'm already 16, if I don't get married soon.
Desperate to marry at only 16?
It's easy for you to stand there and judge. If you're so smart, why didn't you wait? Believe me, I was forced into this.
You're absolutely right.
You look beautiful today, too. This outfit really flatters your skin tone.
Madam, why are your hands so cold? Would you like my... See that? That's the charm of the eldest Miss Yue. No matter if they're rivals or not,
Most people just can't help but want to cozy up to her.
honestly, the envy is real. She gets all the spotlight while I'm just a bitter nobody. Eldest sister is here too. She's the second daughter. You see this? You're early, second sister. I was just wondering if you're feeling any better. Did you hit it off with someone else again? Come on, spill the tea.
I didn't.
Stop talking nonsense.
Sisters, don't listen to her.
I didn't, eldest sister. I promise. If there ever comes a day when second sister needs my help, I wouldn't hesitate for a second. Doesn't seem like that did much, though. What did you expect? I thought you'd be able to pull Yukan Won down from her pedestal. How is she going to fall just from a few words of mine? Then why did you put on this whole show? Purely to annoy her.
Ruining her day makes me so...
Happy. But treating Ye Chenwu like this, aren't you afraid of Marquise Zhen Yuan's revenge? Even if I don't provoke her, do you think the Yulei family won't come after me? Since they're going to retaliate either way.
Then why can't I at least give her a piece of my mind? Besides, my dad is the Minister of Revenue, and in our house, I'm ranked 3rd. By the way, why do you follow me wherever I go? Yunbei, I know you're the legitimate daughter who was sent away by the Marquis and you were mentioned since you were a child. How about we become companions?
Anyway, nobody else wants to associate with you.
The legitimate daughter of the Minister of Revenue.
Are you the one who has a crush on the Fourth Highness?
I didn't expect my glorious reputation to spread all the way to the countryside. Not really.
I'd only heard about it after returning to the capital. What else did you hear? Nothing much. Is this Fourth Highness really that popular?
Extremely popular. High. Truly high.
Haha, Consort Yi has a lot of people she likes, but he is definitely one of them. What's so special about the Fourth Highness anyway?
Maybe because of his good looks.
Even better looking than the Seventh Highness?
No way. That's impossible. Absolutely not. I mean, who in this world besides Consort Jean could possibly look better than our 7th Highness?
She's got a bit of an obsession with the Seventh Highness. Don't take it to heart. She's right though. There really is no one in this world more handsome than the Seventh Highness.
It's just a shame his health is so poor. Feels like he won't live long.
Otherwise, I would definitely switch and go dance at Jingshu Palace. Wait, what's going on here? Back during the New Year's Palace banquet,
Those girls kept snickering at me, so I lost my temper and exposed all their dirty little secrets right then and there.
Ooh, spill the tea. Well, for instance, that girl from the Li family who was secretly pining after the fourth prince while pretending to be besties with his other admirers. My mom finally shut me up, but by then, the girls I called out were already crying and throwing mess. It was so annoying. I just flipped the table. My deepest respects. And the emperor didn't punish you? Not even a little? Well, that banquet had dragged on pretty late anyway. So it didn't end until way past midnight. I could tell the emperor was absolutely exhausted. So, using my table flipping as the perfect excuse, he immediately called it a night. Anyway, I didn't get in trouble with the emperor, but I did get a beating when I got home. My dad hits really hard. How on earth did you manage to study so well with an attitude like that? I guess that's just what they call natural talent. Natural talent, my ass. You have to work your absolute butt off in secret, just to make it look effortless on the outside. In that case, we should work hard too. You go ahead and do that. I'm officially done trying. I just want to be a total couch potato. Why don't you want to work hard? Why should I? Just to compete with those girls who dress even more outrageously than you? Which families?
Well, one is the daughter of the Minister of Whites, and the other is the Right Chancellor's daughter.
And the other one's father is just a minor 6th rank official. She's just a noble candidate, too. What about that one over there?
The one wearing the green hair accessory?
Of all colors, why did she have to wear green? She's the daughter of the left Vice Minister of Rights, and she's also a noble candidate.
Her fashion sense is definitely lacking. Every time she attends these events, she always wears something green. Maybe green is her lucky color.
Yeah, right. The only reason she wears green is because she's totally head over heels for the 9th prince. The 9th prince's given name has the word green in it.
His name is Zhang Lucheng.
Who the hell gave him that name? I heard it was the emperor himself. Never mind. Pretend I didn't say anything. Take a look at that girl over there.
She's glaring so hard at Ye Shengwu.
Look, her eyes are about to roll right out of her head.
Oh, she really is. That is Miss Lan Yuling, the legitimate daughter of the Minister of Rights.
She's quite talented herself. She's been clashing with Yu Tianwu for years.
Too bad she's never won.
Even though she's practically perfect in every other way.
She's always just a tiny bit behind Yo Tianwu. Honestly, why bother?
I know, right? Why put herself through that? What do they even have to study? Oh, a ton of things. Generally speaking, it's split into academics and specialized skills. Academics means book learning.
They have to study the 4 books and 5 classics.
They must write poetry and compose lyrics.
As for the specialized skills, it's things like zither, chess, calligraphy, painting, and dance.
Anyway, I heard Miss Lan gets up at 5 in the morning, right at dawn.
And doesn't go to sleep until nearly midnight. Even with all that effort, she still remains in Yu Tianru's shadow. That's why I say natural talent really is everything.
What normal person uses blood as a medicine guide? Exactly. That's got to be the reason. Poor Miss Lan. She's so unlucky to pick a fight with someone like that. The level of competition is just insane. Enrolling in so many extra lessons.
Oh my, they're fighting.
Haha. Haha. Ah, don't hit my big sister. Please don't hit her. Stop hitting my big sister. Please stop. Quick, check on the eldest young mistress of the Yi family.
Is she hurt anywhere?
Forget it. I'm sure she just acted out of anger. I'm fine, it doesn't matter. You are just too kind, young mistress. Let's go report her. No, forget it. Let's just forgive and forget. I'm really fine. Besides, you also gave up halfway, didn't you? I lost right at the starting line. Can't you show a little ambition? Everyone in the capital knows about your family drama. All the suffering you went through was caused by that homewrecker, Yu Chenwu's mother.
Well, you can't entirely put it that way. The main reason is that the man is too weak-willed and easily swayed.
Well, being weak-willed is no excuse. If he had a spine, I wouldn't have been cast out in the first place.
That's the eldest daughter of the Tang family, Tang Fei Yan.
Everyone knows how she feels about him. So you're the consort married to Brother Chonghua just to ward off his bad luck. Let me ask you, how is Brother Chonghua doing lately?
I heard he passed the critical stage, but he's barely holding on.
Good. That means you can pack up and move out of Prince Li's estate as soon as possible. Move where?
Back to your own home, of course.
Don't tell me you actually think you're the princess consort. You're nothing but a tool. And what if his illness never gets better? How dare you curse Brother Chonghua? Yu Benban, how can you be so wicked? What did you just say? You're asking me to hand my husband over to you?
You claim you've loved my husband for years?
You said you'd marry no one but my husband. Oh my God. Isn't that just cheating on your future husband? How dare you claim you don't love the 7th prince? I was wrong. Please, ask the First Madam not to kill me. I didn't know the princess consort's status was so low. First Madam, please spare me. I'll return my husband to the eldest Miss Tong right now. Get up and stop talking nonsense. Our Tang family has never said such a thing.
The princess pulling this stunt shows she doesn't respect either the Yue family or Prince Li's manor. Shh, keep it down. If the Tangs hear you, we'll pay dearly.
Trying to play dirty with me? Did they think I'm still that country bumpkin? Yue Ban? Ban? It's fine. Let's carry on. What you did just now turned the Tang family's faces green. You're too quick-witted. You're literally just playing with them. What? Another one?
What's their play here?
How is that sick invalid such a babe magnet? But this one is of a completely different style.
I'm a copycat.
Whatever the 7th prince is like, I am too.
Whatever illness the 7th prince has, I have too, Iabanban.
Have some pity on me. Let me go to Prince Li's manor and be sick right alongside the 7th prince. How about I find someone to marry you, to ward off your illness too? Look, if you also have someone to ward off your illness, wouldn't that give you yet another thing in common with the 7th prince? Then I'll out for you. Huh? She's leaving just like that? 1 million. Leave the 7th prince. 1 million. What? Think it's too little? I'm sorry. If you want to blame anyone, blame yourself. You shouldn't have messed with me. Come back here. Someone is offering 1 million. Do you want to outbid her? What about you, eldest Miss Tang? Do you want to bid higher?
What?
Exactly. From now on, we sisters-in-law should visit each other more often. Please, have a seat.
Hello, big sister. What nonsense are you talking? That's your auntie.
Hello, Auntie. Are you the new auntie?
Auntie, you look so beautiful. I want to cuddle with you, auntie. Don't be naughty. Your auntie hasn't eaten yet. Let her eat something first before she plays with you. Then, auntie, guess what Aunt Bao is eating? If you guess right, there's a prize. But it definitely can't be sweet potato. Congratulations, auntie. You've successfully ruled out the correct answer.
Then Unbo can't kiss Auntie anymore. Your prize is gone, Auntie.
We're all family here. Unlike those other banquets where everyone is playing 800 different mind games.
Getting full is the only thing that matters for us. Let's eat. Third sister-in-law, this is a sickness. You really need to get it treated. I'm just not hungry. But you already paid the gift money. Since you already paid, why not eat enough to get your money's worth? Otherwise, it's a total loss.
The maid returned from outside to share some gossip, saying that they were explaining the history of the dishes in the hall where Yu Chanwo was.
If you lose, you have to drink a penalty cup. Good thing I climbed the ladder fast and became a princess. Life and death are fated, and wealth is up to heaven. I don't know how to do anything anyway, so you can't. Since you didn't grow up here, it's only natural you aren't good at these things. But who cares where someone grew up? Hey, this sister is actually pretty nice.
I like her. I'm going to Tamao for a stroll in the gardens.
I'll go change my clothes too.
What's the point of changing? It's not like I'm looking for a partner anyway. Such a pity at such a young age. What's a pity is that I got married at such a young age.
No, what's a pity is that you're so young, and yet you don't even know when to change your clothes.
A servant came to report that all the female guests had headed over to the plum garden, led by the eldest young ladies of the Yuetang families. They're composing poetry and practicing calligraphy. No way. Good heavens, please don't drag me into that. It sounds like a total headache. Bamban, let's get out of here, fast. Things are really starting to liven up over at the plum garden.
Cheru, Tathaya, and that whole par are over there writing poetry and calligraphy.
Wow, this sister is incredibly calm. My calligraphy has never been as beautiful as Ye Ling's. I'm going to embarrass myself again this time. You don't need to take it to heart, Miss Ye. You're already so outstanding. If you won every single time, you'd be a goddess. What a master of flattery.
No, please, don't say that.
Yellen didn't hit me. That was just some harmless teasing between close friends.
Hitting people is so uncivilized. How could you bring yourself to do that, Miss Yue? Are you a monster?
Every debt has its debtor. Everything was done by that idiot Yu Witanwu. But they're all blind.
They can't even tell a decent human being from a dog. Crushing Yu Chempo alone works just as well.
Second sister, would you like to write a piece as well? Are you inviting me to a calligraphy contest with you?
Indeed. Although, second sister, you might not even know how to write. After all, you were sent away from the capital when you were just a child.
You're right. I don't know how to write.
But that's okay.
I can still play along to humor you.
What?
How about this, Ye Changwu? Why don't you take off your shoes and write with your feet?
Haha, you better not cry.
Crying and playing the victim at the drop of a hat. Who are you trying to gain sympathy from? Just hurry up and admit defeat.
Did second sister ever learn to write while she was in Unwai? Of course I have.
I am the rightful, legitimate daughter of the Mar Sigananyuan. My mother was the Marquis's first and legal wife.
How could my father ever neglect my education?
He hired a tutor for my basic education since I was 3 years old, specifically to teach me my lessons in Anhui.
He paid that tutor a massive fortune. That's impossible.
Dearest sister, what exactly do you mean by that? Why would it be impossible? Are you trying to say our father is a cold-blooded monster who would ruthlessly abandon his own flesh and blood to rot in the countryside? Now that is what's truly impossible. Anyone with half a brain wouldn't do something so utterly shameful. After all, if I turn out useless, it would only disgrace the house of the Marcus, and everyone would point fingers at him, gossiping about how he failed to raise his own daughter. Sister, our father is a deeply loyal and loving man. A first legal wife is nothing like a mere concubine who clawed her way up later. No matter what, even after father passes away, the only one who can be buried in the same coffin with him is my mother. So how could father ever leave me to fend for myself? It's just that at home,
He doesn't always have the final say in everything.
He could only let me suffer for a while, hoping I wouldn't resent him.
but how could I ever blame him? He is my father after all.
Oh, that's right. Yue Bunbun is the actual legitimate daughter of the Marquis of Exiled.
Only a properly wedded wife counts as the true mistress of the house. Those other ones aren't even worthy of being compared to her.
She won't even be worthy of being buried with the Marquis in the future. Come to think of it, Ye Chanwu isn't even the true legitimate daughter of the Ye family.
My impromptu writing just now was quite rushed, and I wasn't well prepared.
It's so poorly written. I've made a fool of myself in front of everyone.
You can all just forget about what happened earlier. Please, don't take it to heart. Do you want us to forget what you just said to Ye Chi? No, I want you to forget the fact that I actually know how to write.
Yeah, Bamba. If only you were a man.
If you were a man, I wouldn't have to go dance in front of Consort Yi. I'd just dance for you instead. Excuse me, sister. Are you 25 this year?
Yeah, Bamban. What absolute nonsense are you talking about?
I'm only 14. 14 years old.
What? She's actually only 14? Then why on earth does she look 27 or 28?
Is your face just born looking this mature? Look at your skin. Compared to a teenage girl's, it has absolutely no elasticity left. What did you just say? Has no elasticity? No matter how much you try to hide it, it's completely useless. I mean, you can't keep it covered for the rest of your life, can you? The moment you put your hands down, anyone with eyes will see right away how severely your skin has aged.
Don't believe me? Just look at the two ladies next to you. Aren't they around the same age as you? Look at how radiant and youthful they are.
You're the only one here with terrible skin. They say a woman's hands are her second face.
And they betray a woman's real age far more easily than her face ever will.
Whether your life is easy and comfortable,
Or full of hardship.
it's all written right there on your hands. I know you're all high-born ladies, and your families would never make you do any heavy, back-breaking labor. So if your hands are still in such poor condition, it must be an issue with your internal health. You all know that, secretly. I was sent to the countryside to be raised ever since I was born. But look at my hands.
Can you tell that I'm someone who did rough, heavy labor in the countryside for over a decade? How do you even know about this?
My father secretly hired more than just one master for me, and one of them was a female master who specialized in teaching these things. She even taught me some secret beauty and skincare recipes. I brewed my own targeted herbal fruit tea based on those. And once you drink it, it does wonders for a woman's body. Things like aging skin, dark spots, and dullness. Drinking this hot can completely clear them away. Isn't that more miraculous than actual medicine? Even doctors wouldn't dare prescribe something like that. Exactly. Which is why I'm not a doctor. But I have all the secrets those doctors would never tell you. I didn't actually plan on sharing something so precious.
Like seeing how terrible you two girls looked. I just couldn't help but soften my heart.
Anyway, I just want everyone to have a chance to taste such a wonderful thing from the princess consort. It would be such a shame if we couldn't take some home.
My heart aches just thinking that our families won't get to taste such delicious herbal tea.
But we don't have very much of this to begin with.
And many of the herbs are extremely difficult to find.
They're becoming scarcer and scarcer back in my hometown.
Besides, I doubt anyone would believe it actually works.
Wait, it actually seems to be working.
Tunon, look at my face. Doesn't it feel much smoother than before? I had a pimple when I left the house this morning. But wait, touching it now, it really feels like it's gone. Oh my gosh, it really is gone! It was literally right there before I drank the tea. How could it disappear so fast? Ah, this tea is absolutely miraculous! Is this some kind of divine elixir? Look at you! Your skin actually looks much better than before. It's so rosy and glowing. Everyone, look right here!
There was a prominent wrinkle here just a second ago.
And now,
It's completely gone, isn't it?
This is unbelievable. Wow, it really does look much better than before. You even look so much prettier now. And it feels like your skin got its bounce back.
Oh my goodness, sell some to me. I want to buy it. I want to buy it too.
Forget whether it actually has all those magical health benefits he claimed.
At the very least, this stuff tastes absolutely heavenly. Just this one tiny cup, and I'm still savoring the flavor. I've never tasted anything like it in my entire life.
Yes, exactly. It's incredibly delicious. Even if it does absolutely nothing, it's still way better than regular tea. Hahaha.
That Ribamban is definitely not to be underestimated.
She quietly mastered all these incredible skills back in her old hometown of Anhui.
She's only been back in the capital for a few days, and she's already completely outshining Yu Tengwu. Who would have thought a country bumpkin like Yu Pinbang could do that?
For those who don't know, they'd think she's never touched that much cash in her entire life.
Well, can you blame her?
Who told Prince Li's estate to be so dirt poor?
Stop counting already.
Seriously, it's like you've never seen money in your entire life.
Yu Binban, you can actually read, and you even know how to write?
So, back at the estate, you were just playing me for a fool this whole time? Didn't I already tell you?
I told you all to completely forget about this.
But how could we possibly forget something like that? After today, have you finally realized the massive gap between yourselves and normal people?
Yes,
We see it now.
and what then?
What do you plan to do next?
If this were the past,
We would have reported every single thing about the princess to the noble consort, in full detail. But now, things are different. If we still betray the princess under these circumstances, then are we even human?
the fact that you can realize this shows you still have a working brain. Our princess is genuinely looking out for you.
If you want to show your gratitude, don't just talk about it. Show it with your actions. You've got to show it with your actions, understand? We understand, Your Highness. We really do. From now on, we will serve you with all our hearts. As long as you don't look down on us, we couldn't ask for more.
We will work ourselves to the bone for you. We'll be loyal to you for the rest of our lives, and we won't have anything to do with the noble consort ever again.
No, don't completely ignore her.
That wouldn't be good for you anyway. We're all decent people here. How could I just stand by and watch you jump straight into a fiery pit? If you suddenly start ignoring her, the noble consort definitely won't let you off easy. So just keep acting exactly as you used to. You still need to visit her when you're called.
But you must weigh your words very carefully. As for your illnesses,
I'll have a doctor come over and take a look at you later. What on earth did you two go through today?
how should I put it? We went through a lot.
Yet at the same time, it feels like nothing even happened. But here, we're back safely.
And my knee's back too.
As for whether anyone else lives or dies, the princess said she couldn't care less. I suppose that's what they call playing a game with absolutely no regard for human life.
The princess, she really has a hidden depth to her.
So, did you give them the gifts?
Not exactly gifts. It's just that the young mistress of the Yi family bought our things, and we gave her a 20% discount. But, Your Highness, are you sure we actually have those items in our manor?
Of course I'm sure. Where are they?
I'm not telling you. Come, sit over here. What on earth did you sell to them?
Are all these banknotes really what you earned in just one day?
Yep. Are by amazing?
You're incredible.
My Bambon is just too amazing.
She really is amazing. But Daquan criticized me earlier. First, he said I can read and write, but lied to him about being illiterate. And second, he thought I was showing off too much at the manor today. What do you think?
I wouldn't call it showing off.
I'd say you just have your own way of doing things.
I know you're not someone who acts recklessly. After all, on your very first day here, you already went ahead and explored the entire Li Prince Manor.
And successfully weeded out the spies planted by other factions as well.
So, regarding today's matters, I'm sure you have your own plans and arrangements. But, would you mind sharing them with me?
Going to that birthday banquet wasn't my choice.
I had no other option.
It was all because of that musk bracelet.
As far as I'm concerned, I've never crossed paths with the noble consort before.
Just because I married you, she wants to ruin me? I wasn't going to take that lying down. So I set a trap to make her take those beads back herself.
Still, I had no choice but to attend the banquet at the Ye mansion.
But I figured since I was going out anyway, I couldn't let it be a waste of my time. I had to get something out of it.
So today, I didn't just see the Ye mansion. I also got a good look at the key players in the capital.
Since I'll have to deal with these people sooner or later anyway, I figured Rather than meeting them one by one in the future,
It would be much faster to size them all up at once.
look, my stance is simple. I'd prefer if we could all just get along, so I can live out my days in peace here at Prince Lee's manor. But if anyone tries to shatter that peace, then I'm not about to just suffer in silence.
I'm fine with just slacking off and staying out of things.
But I won't let people walk all over me while I do it. They targeted me today, so I fleeced them for a neat sum of silver. As for Yu Chanwu and the Ye family, even if they don't come looking for trouble, I'm still going to make them settle the score for the past 16 years of injustice. Frankly, I'll say it again. Our marriage has never been consummated.
To the outside world,
You only married into Prince Lee's manor to ward off my ill fortune.
If you want to stay far away from all these power struggles,
I can grant you a divorce. Don't worry. Once we part ways,
I'll give you a generous sum of silver and have my men escort you to wherever you wish to go. As for the Yu family, I'll ask the Emperor and Empress to shield you and have your name removed from the Ye family registry. You can even change your name. Stay far away from the capital and live a quiet, peaceful life from now on. All of this is yours, as long as you ask for it. I will give you whatever you want.
my lord. My lady, dinner is ready to be served.
Think. I already ate my fill at the Amma.
Yu Banban.
It's getting cold. Why don't you come over and sleep? Men and women should keep their distance. But we are husband and wife.
I was only married to you to cure your illness. That's all.
That doesn't count. Maybe it's just a misunderstanding. You very well how Jingrong has treated you all these years.
He cherishes Qinwen like the apple of his eye.
How could he secretly care for Yu Banban? Besides, you planted your own people at the old estate. Don't think I don't know about it.
Your people have been keeping an eye on Ye Banban for all these years. Don't you know whether she actually learned anything or not?
It's precisely because I know that I feel my husband went too far. The people I sent over were just ordinary maids and older servants. What could they possibly keep an eye on? They have no real skills. My husband has immense power. If he wanted to do something in secret, no matter how many people I planted, I could never stop him. Mother, I am not a petty, narrow-minded woman.
Banban is my husband's daughter, too.
Even if you wanted to bring her back, I would have no objections. I'm just heartbroken that after all these years of marriage, he still does things behind my back. But I'm fine. I was just a concubine, promoted to the position of main wife. I'm not afraid of people pointing fingers at me.
But Changwu is completely innocent.
If Banban had any decency at all, she wouldn't have left her elder sister so utterly humiliated in public. It breaks my heart just thinking about it. What a humiliating blow that was to Chanwu. Mother, I'm really fine. I can bear it all.
But please, Mother, you must not worry yourself sick over this.
As for the nasty gossip out there, at worst, I'll just stay indoors from now on so I won't have to hear it.
Why does our sweet, sensible Chanwu have to suffer like this?
Go and summon the markers of anyone. Yes, my lord.
Yue Jinrong.
Do you realize your crime? Today, my second sister wrote those characters right in front of all the guests. So many people saw it. Your daughter would never lie. Starting tomorrow, make some meat dishes or meat pies for breakfast every day. Understood. Make them according to the princess's taste. You are so frail, you can't lift a single thing, let alone fight.
And you're out of breath after just a few steps.
Why do you even need to eat meat?
It is not that I want to eat it.
I want you to eat it.
You are too thin.
Am I thin? That is actually a good thing. It saves fabric from my clothes.
I cannot waste the silver of your princely mansion.
Yo, Banban, did your conscience finally kick in?
First of all, you should address her as the princess. Second, words like finding your conscience should never come out of your mouth, especially when speaking to the princess. You have served this mansion for a long time, and you have taken care of me for many years. Naturally, I show you a bit more respect, but that does not mean you can forget your place and be so disrespectful to my princess. Guguan, I am speaking to you in all seriousness. Make sure you take this to heart. This old servant understands. It is all my fault. Just do as I said.
From now on, include more meat dishes in all 3 meals. All right, you may leave now.
Kulon might forget his manners sometimes, but he means no harm. We are used to bickering like this. What has gotten into you today? Nothing has gotten into me. I just do not think you should have to suffer. Aren't you going to send me away anyway?
Does a few days of mistreatment even matter anymore?
I have suffered in the countryside for so many years. I am already used to it. Even my own father mistreated me, let alone a stranger I only met by chance. Between you and me,
Is it truly just the chance meeting? You, Banban.
answer me. Thank you.
What else could we be? If not strangers meeting by chance, then what?
We certainly aren't bound by some deep, heartfelt bond.
After all, we've barely known each other.
At most, we're just tied together against our will.
The Emperor decreed our marriage.
So I had no choice but to marry you, and you had no choice but to take me as your wife.
So you see, we're nothing but an ill-fated match.
The truth is, you don't even like being near women. I heard all about it at the manor yesterday. And as for me, I never planned on getting married at 16. You're angry with me. I'm not. Why would I be angry with you? Do I even have a reason to be? I'm not blind. I can tell.
But why are you angry with me?
When do you plan to send me away?
Today? Or tomorrow?
Send you where? Didn't you say we could divorce?
Banban, I didn't truly want to send you away.
I'm just afraid of making you suffer. With my failing health, I don't know how many years I have left, but you still have a long life ahead of you. You shouldn't waste your youth stuck in this manner with me. Besides, the people in the capital are treacherous and cruel. There are so many things I won't be able to face by your side. And I worry that you might get hurt. Her? Suffer a loss? Your Highness, let me set the record straight. The princess consort completely scammed her own father yesterday. She is definitely not one to lose out. The Marquis graces Princely's manor with his presence. What an absolute honor for our humble home. I should have someone sweep up the dust later. If you can't even handle a simple task like this, then what use do I have for any of you? As for the urgent matter Your Highness mentioned,
Once Marquis 1E1 leaves,
this old servant will have the place thoroughly cleaned immediately.
come over here. Accept this bow together with me.
You are the Princess of Li.
And he is the one kneeling.
Rise, Marquis and Huan. After all, you are my father-in-law now. We are family. There's no need for such formalities. I wouldn't dare, Your Highness. Do you smell a strange odor in this room? Yes, something does seem a bit off. What kind of smell do you think it is? It doesn't smell like a human.
Yu Banban.
Marquis Enuan, you dared to address me by my full name. It seems you have absolutely no respect for the Dongfu imperial family. If it were just me, I wouldn't make a scene, and I wouldn't hold it against you.
But the 7th prince is right here.
Whose face are you trying to slap? This humble servant has no intention of insulting anyone. I only want to ask this daughter of mine. When did I ever hire a tutor and send them to Anhai to teach her?
Is Marx when he was sick?
Otherwise, why is his memory so terrible?
I haven't heard anything about the Marcus being sick.
Maybe it's not a bad memory. Maybe he just doesn't want to admit it. But actually, it doesn't matter. Father, this is Prince Li's mansion, not the Marquis of anyone's estate. The first madam isn't here. You don't need to be afraid. What on earth are you two talking about?
And what would I be afraid of?
Think. Of the first madam, of course.
Father, you henpecked.
Even if others don't know it, don't you think I would? Ever since I was 3, you've been secretly sending tutors in Anrai to teach me. Everything was done in secret. Just because you were afraid the first madam would find out and get angry? And start a huge fight with you. I understand you, Father, but my heart also aches for you. Are you sure those people were sent by me?
You, Bamba.
I heard you can write with both hands, so someone must have guided you.
How can you be so sure that I was the one who sent them?
Did that person tell you that themselves? Father, you really have a terrible memory. Back then, you were the one who went to Anhai yourself, Father. It was the year I turned 3.
Think back, Father.
I was still so young then. But I already remembered things. I clearly remember you holding me in your arms and saying that the ones you failed most in this life were my mother and me. You said you could never forget her.
But that wicked concubine at home used a venomous scheme to banish me.
And ended up killing my mother in the process. You said every time you thought of it, you hated her. But you couldn't openly fall out with her.
Because she threatened you that if you didn't send me away, she would tell the whole world that my birth cursed the 7th prince.
She knew the emperor would surely take it to heart, and the empress would despise you for it. You told me you had no choice. That you had to protect the Evi, so you had to sacrifice me. But you promised you'd never truly abandon me?
Because I am the only legitimate daughter of the A family you ever recognized.
Even if I had to live in the countryside, we wanted me to be raised well and educated properly so we wouldn't fail my poor mother. Father, please don't be angry with me for being so cold to you earlier. Don't blame me. Think, because I thought you were just pretending to treat me poorly in public, and I wanted to play along to help you keep up the act. Otherwise, the first madam would have made trouble for you again. But then, I felt it wasn't right. You've been so good to me, Father. I shouldn't refuse to even call you Father. Your Highness, don't you agree?
Huh?
16. I was 4 years old. My illness did take a turn for the worse on the day Bonbon was born, but I eventually recovered. The Marcus of anyone even came to the palace to visit me. The words you spoke back then, I still remember them clearly. The Marcus of anyone held my hand and told me how sorry you were. You said your newborn daughter had cursed me and begged me not to hold a grudge against her. You said she was just born and didn't know any better. The Marcus of anyone said he had already sent that child back to your hometown in the countryside to be raised, but as a father, you couldn't bear to stand by and watch her life go to waste. That would be letting your first wife down. So you hoped I would allow you, once she grew a bit older, to hire a tutor to go to Anhai and teach her. You said she was the legitimate daughter your first wife bore you, and no matter how things were at home, deep down, you always cared about this daughter the most. I was also young back then, and didn't understand how these things worked. All that talk about her being a jinx, I didn't care about any of that. But hearing you talk about it, I felt the child was truly pitiful. So I agreed, and granted your request. Seeing me agree, you were overjoyed, and kept bowing and kowtowing to me. After that, you begged me to keep it a secret, saying no one else could know. Especially concubine Sai in your household. You seemed quite afraid of her. I remember all of this, Marcute and Yuan. How could you have forgotten? You should really have a doctor check you over. I hope there isn't something wrong with your head. Scrambling your memories. As for Banban, what must be fate? The daughter you begged me to protect back then. Who would have thought she would end up becoming my princess? All right, Muskiniwo. I'm exhausted, and I don't have the strength to speak anymore. You may leave. Father, you must find a doctor to treat you properly. We were still in your prime. You can't afford to get all muddled up like this. Otherwise, how will you share the Emperor's burdens? As for the first madam at home, Father, you should yield to her a bit.
Since your head isn't working so well.
You're no match for her mind games. What if one day she harbors ill intent and harms you?
After all, a married daughter is like splashed water. I can't always be there to help you.
I'm so sorry I couldn't ease your burdens, Father. I truly feel so guilty. Take care, Father.
Makusan, it's time for you to leave.
We won't be keeping you for lunch. Careful, Marquis. Watch your step, Marquis. Yesterday, when the princess went to the residence, the nanny who went with her also tripped while going down the steps. Later, I heard that the nanny wasn't quite right in the head. It seemed like she was suffering from some illness. Right, yes, exactly. Her mind was just gone. The nanny even admitted it herself. After she got back to the palace, she was busy trying to get a doctor, saying she needed to get it treated properly. An illness of the mind is no small matter. How does such a perfectly fine person end up with this kind of illness?
Who knows?
I heard that once you catch it, it deteriorates very quickly, and it can even spread. In severe cases, the person is gone in just a few months. Marquez, would you like us to call a doctor to the estate to check on you? You feel like something's wrong too, don't you? Even heaven itself lies. Our Seventh Highness would never lie.
So, Princess, you should reflect on yourself.
And think about what made our Seventh Highness turn out like this.
Is it a twist of human nature or a moral degradation?
Maybe your Highness's hidden genes have awakened. Even if my Highness has hidden genes, they are superior genes. How is that possible? What superior genes does the royal family even have? Didn't they all climb their way up through scheming and backstabbing? He probably knew how to do this since the day he was born. Stop talking nonsense. My Highness is the absolute best in the world. Wait, who are you taking a jab at? Who are you calling a nonsense talker? I don't need help. I'm not sick. Are you sure you're really not sick? Just because you didn't see it doesn't mean it didn't happen. Who do you think my father is? He is the marsket of anyone.
Is he really going to just leave his own flesh and blood daughter out there to fend for herself?
Isn't he afraid the folks in the capital will curse him behind his back? What if I end up making a fool of myself in the future because I'm uneducated? And when people ask me why I'm such an embarrassment, I'll just tell them my father never taught me a single thing. Well, surely he wouldn't let himself get humiliated like that.
Then just tell them he sent people to tutor you.
Hey, I'm not the one making things up.
He really did send people to teach me.
If you don't believe me, ask his Seventh Highness. No need to ask. The answer is yes, he did. The Marquis of Anyone did indeed secretly send tutors for Bonbon.
Of this, I am absolutely certain.
If your father could send people to teach you,
why couldn't he have the servants at the old family estate make you some decent food? Just look at how skinny you are. Going to have to nurse you back to health here at the Prince's Manor. Well, my father is a man who values inner beauty. He couldn't care less about outward appearances. You two really are cut from the same cloth. A perfectly fine prince, completely corrupted by you. Whatever, just take your time and eat. With that impressive display of yours at the Ye family's birthday feast, the entire capital now knows the Yi family's second daughter is a force to be reckoned with. So, what do you plan to do next? This doesn't exactly fit the low profile you've been trying to keep, does it?
Why doesn't it fit?
How does it not fit? 这样弄话，跟我就 gay 耶。
No matter how much I show off out there.
Or whether I managed to put Yu Kangwo in her place. It's nothing more than idle gossip for the noble ladies after dinner. It's not going to shake the world. As long as you remain sick,
Nothing I do out there is going to change a thing. So, keeping up my low profile doesn't depend on me. It depends on you.
as long as you're sick, I can keep laying low. But the moment you recover, our lives will be turned completely upside down.
Still, I have to hand it to you.
Your improv today was excellent. So, care to share your thoughts? Why did you play along with me today?
Husband and wife should be of one mind. Since we're not getting a divorce, we might as well make the absolute best of our lives together.
I might be sick, but I won't just leave you to handle things on your own. Then, I guess the wife just has to follow her husband's lead. Anything works for me.
I don't mind at all.
Who says it's unreasonable? I did. Unreasonable? Since when do you make all the rules around here? Then, what exactly do you want? If you want me to stay, you'll have to show me some real effort.
Otherwise, you think you can just tell me to leave and I'll leave?
And tell me to stay, and I'll stay? How pathetic would that make me look?
It makes it seem like you're the one calling all the shots in this house.
And how should I show my effort? Would a little seduction do the trick?
If you're going to try to seduce me,
Then I guess I'll just have to play along and let you have your way. You're a grown adult, yet you can't even eat properly.
your face is covered in grease and you didn't even think to wipe it.
You might be sick, but your hands still work, don't they?
Do I really have to lift your hand and wipe your mouth for you? Such a simple thing.
Who do you think I am? Your father? What are you staring at? What are you staring at?
I said you've got the wrong way. You are nothing but trouble from morning till night.
Honestly, what your prince's palace is looking for is a servant, not a princess. Not a princess.
Should we find a special box to keep these banknotes in?
We could get one with a lock.
No need. What you actually need to do is find me an empty room.
What do I mean? Exactly what I just said. What's that supposed to mean? Why don't you go see a doctor with us, Yuki-kwan? Yeah, really. The princess just wants an empty room. An unoccupied one, to be exact. Just do as the princess instructed. See? Aside from the courtyard you're staying in, and the one with the study, plus the side courtyard where the servants live, every other single room in this palace is completely empty.
Don't tell me you're actually trying to find out if there are other women living here?
You're too embarrassed to ask directly if anyone else lives here.
So you're beating around the bush by asking about empty rooms.
Whether there are other women in this palace, I knew the very first day I married in.
Let me say this one more time. I just want an empty room.
I have some work to do. Find me a spacious room close to our courtyard. See that?
This courtyard was actually prepared for you.
The prince's manor has its own rules.
His Highness's quarters belong to His Highness alone.
Just because you're the new princess doesn't mean you get to share his bedchamber. The princess has her own courtyard.
If His Highness wishes to see you, he will come to you.
But if he doesn't, or if he chooses to spend his nights with the other consorts,
You'll just have to stay in your room and swallow your pride in silence.
but since you are the official princess, your courtyard is still located fairly close to His Highness's quarters.
Then again, our Lee Prince Manor is a bit of an exception. After all, the 7th prince has been gravely ill this entire time, which gave you the perfect loophole to exploit.
But wait, ever since I married into this manor, hasn't your precious prince suddenly come back to life? Wait outside, all of you.
When I call for you,
Only then may you enter. First, you will address her as Princess. Second, you will show her the utmost respect.
Move to the front, courtyard. Each bag is one portion. It's a one-day supply.
Someone will come to collect them tomorrow.
Check them against the ledger I prepared earlier and distribute them once you've verified the quantities. Remember, if anyone hasn't paid but claims they have, or if they only paid for one portion but claim they paid for two, don't waste your breath arguing with them. Take them straight to the magistrate's office and charge them with fraud. Are you absolutely sure these bags only contain fruit tea?
The Lee Prince Manor is certainly abundant in riches.
But these things weren't originally in this room, were they? Have you ever tasted fresh grapes? The firm, crisp ones.
Never. But I have heard of them. They are sent as tribute from the western regions.
The journey is incredibly long. If the carriers rush to get them here quickly, the bumpy ride spoils them. But if they want them to arrive intact, they have to discard more than half of them, because they've rotted along the way. I've heard that back in the western regions, the grapes are huge, round, and incredibly firm. They taste infinitely better than the ones that finally make it to the capital. It really would be much better. Actually, if you want to eat fresh grapes, you don't necessarily have to wait for tributes from the western regions. We can grow them ourselves. Right here in Prince Lee's Manor. We can plant them right in our own courtyard. And I was thinking,
We don't even have to wait until next summer.
we can get a grape trellis custom made right now.
And sow the seeds before winter comes.
At most, we'll be eating them in just over 3 months.
别棒，
Don't hide your illness from the doctor.
We still have to get you treated.
So, do you think I'm a fool?
Has no one been able to cure your illness since you were a child?
Indeed, no one has. Then, besides the imperial physicians,
The Emperor must have searched for some legendary miracle doctors for you, right?
he did, indeed. But they were all helpless. So, before you met me, you were basically just waiting to die. Even you yourself never thought this illness could be cured, right? Right. But I cured you anyway. Now, isn't that just infuriating for them? So, just because something is beyond your understanding, it doesn't mean it's impossible or wrong.
Just because you don't know about it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
If you haven't seen it, it just means you're ignorant. You don't believe me.
It's not that I don't believe you.
It's just, this sort of thing seems like something only an immortal could do, right? Then just think of me as an immortal. Come on, bow down and worship me. I had no idea a fairy had descended to Earth. Forgive my offense. I hope the fairy won't lower herself to the level of us mere mortals. Please forgive Brother Z. Easy to say, easy to say. What are you doing?
To plant grapes, we need to build a great trellis.
I'll draw a sketch in a bit. And can find a craftsman to build the trellis according to my drawing. Every single measurement must strictly follow what I write down. No improvising allowed. If we wait until next spring to start construction, will we even make it in time? No, we won't. I'm in a hurry to eat.
By next spring, I want to be sitting right under the trellis, eating my fill.
So get moving. Get ready to dig the holes.
蒋琼华表過去。
Take a look and tell me, are those guys on your side, or were they planted here by someone else? They were planted here. You're that sure? Yes.
Because the unspoken rule in Prince Lee's mansion is that outsiders do all the work, while our own people enjoy the benefits.
Well, maybe they don't get to completely relax, but they certainly wouldn't do the dirty, exhausting work themselves. They wouldn't lift a finger. Well, since that's the tradition, I won't go easy on them. Do you know those three? Whose side are they on?
What a coincidence. They're on the same side as us.
They are all noble consort, these people. But they joined the mansion much later than we did.
They only arrived last year.
Do you have any idea how many spies noble consort Ye has planted in Prince Li's mansion?
Look, I'm not asking you to betray your master. But the thing is, you're sick now.
There's no way you can keep working for your old master anyway. I don't know what kind of person Her Highness really is, but I've certainly heard of how useless servants are dealt with in the storybooks. We've made up our minds. We are going to follow the princess consort.
From now on, we belong to you, Your Highness.
Please don't worry, Your Highness. We will tell you everything we know about the past, without holding anything back. Please, ask us anything. As for how many spies Her Highness has planted in Prince Li's mansion,
We don't know the exact number, either.
but there are at least a dozen. The 3 in the courtyard came in disguised as servants. There's also 1 in the main kitchen, 1 at the gatehouse, 2 in the backyard chopping wood and fetching water,
1 sweeping the front courtyard.
And 3 among the guards.
The rest are secret guards hidden in the shadows, other than the noble consort.
Do you have any idea who else has been planting spies in our mansion?
There is also Consort Jin. Eunuch Quan is one of her people.
Are you serious? Did you leave your brain at home?
Consorgi, the 7th prince's birth mother.
Isn't it completely normal for her to send someone to look after her own son? It seems there are also people from Consort Shun. That old woman managing the storehouse is on Consort Shun's side, even though she won't admit it. I've seen her in the palace before. She is absolutely Consort Shun's spy. Wait, who is Consort Shun? Consort Shun, the 6th prince's birth mother. She usually keeps a very low profile and stays out of the spotlight. She acts like she has no interest in fighting for power.
She just nods and agrees with whatever anyone says.
I really didn't expect it. And even she would try to pull the strings here. What are your plans, princess? Are we going to kick them all out? I'm just a puppet bride brought in to ward off his illness. You all saw what happened at the Yi family estate the other day. Nobody actually respects me as the princess, and I don't have the fierce authority of the other sisters-in-law. With my standing, there's no way I can drive these people out. Then what should we do? Since we can't kick them out, we'll just have to make them one of us and have them live peacefully in Prince Li's mansion.
Oh, Yibanban. Why are you up so early?
You call this early? Even roosters are barely awake. Come on, hurry up. We need to start our drills right now. I had a dream last night. In my dream, our mansion was raided and seized. Some of our people tried to fight back, but they couldn't hold them off. Whether they were the private guards or the sentries, they were like sitting ducks in front of the enemy, getting chopped down one by one without a fight. In my dream, I kept wondering, why on earth is everyone in our mansion so weak? Men, women, none of them could even put up a basic fight. Wiped out the very second they faced the enemy. It was absolutely ridiculous. You are all the backbone of Prince Li's mansion. The survival of the Li mansion rests entirely on your shoulders. If you are strong, the 7th prince and I will be safe. But if you are weak, how are we supposed to stay alive? I know this was just a dream, but to me, it is a wake-up call for our entire mansion. In the past, the 7th prince was always bedridden, and there was no one around to run this place. There was absolutely no order, inside or out. Even though the 7th prince is still sick now, I'm perfectly fine, aren't I? As long as there is even one living person left in this mansion, we cannot just let everything fall apart. We can't just sit around and wait to die. I'm not asking for the Li mansion to be incredibly rich or powerful. All I ask is that when enemies come knocking on our door, we can defend ourselves and survive.
Yodapamban, what on earth do you think you're doing?
How dare you speak to the princess like that? Is that any way for a servant to talk to their master? Are you insane? Why did you slap me? I slapped you because of your utter disrespect. Disrespecting your master is a grave offense. The first time, you get slapped. The second time, you'll be thrown out of these gates, and we won't pay you a single penny of your wages. Do you even know what you're saying? Of course I do. And I don't think there's anything wrong with what I said. If you don't like it, go out and ask around. See which mansion's princess would let you call her by her first name without having your face slapped raw. All right, that's enough fighting. I'm only a bride brought in to ward off his illness, so it's only natural they don't respect me. I don't care about what happens to me. I only want the 7th prince to live a long, peaceful life. The prince's health is already in ruins. There's really no other hope for him in this life. And as for heirs, forget it. Let's not talk about that. I must save some dignity for His Highness. I shouldn't be telling everyone that the prince is incapable.
Even if the seventh prince has nothing else to look forward to, at least staying alive is still something we can fight for.
We might not be able to cure his illness,
But we can certainly keep this mansion safe.
We can't let him survive a sickness just to be slaughtered by our enemies. I've said all this.
Because I want to warn you,
before the horrors of my dream actually happen.
we must prepare ourselves right now.
It's time to whip them into shape.
After all, it's better to be safe than sorry, right? You can run from dusk till dawn. That way, you'll be ready for tomorrow's 50 laps. They can't even run a few measly laps. With that kind of stamina, how do they expect to serve their master? This is Prince Li's estate. Servants here must be strong and robust. But look at this bunch. They're completely useless. Nanny, what do you think we should do?
Can Prince Li's estate really afford to keep useless freeloaders?
Of course we can't. We didn't even make them do any heavy lifting.
Or use their brains. If they're dropping dead after just a few laps, they must be terribly sick.
How can Prince Li's estate keep sick servants around? What if they infect the master? Since they're sick, they have no business staying here anymore.
Wait, isn't that a bit harsh?
After all, they are loyal veterans of this estate. But hey, it's not our fault they're sick.
True. And besides, I'm doing this for their own good.
We can't let them work while they're sick just to serve us. That would be far too cruel.
I'm sure they'll understand.
The noble consort's spies have been kicked out.
Kunchok Shan's people are gone too.
Sure, we haven't cleared them all out yet.
But if not today, there's always tomorrow.
As long as Princess Li holds her ground, Prince Li's estate will be completely swept clean within 5 days. But with so many servants gone, they'll be severely short-staffed.
They'll definitely have to bring in fresh blood.
But can Prince Li's estate truly defend itself?
They finally got some hard-earned peace and quiet.
If they let people with ulterior motives slip in again, all this effort will be for nothing.
Do you think Yubanban is going to face some serious retaliation?
Not necessarily. After all, whoever planted those spies in Prince Li's estate did it just as a precaution.
And by precaution, they mean, what if the seventh prince actually recovers?
But as long as the seventh prince remains bedridden,
No matter what kind of tricks he pulls,
And as long as his health doesn't improve?
nobody is going to give him a second thought.
Fuqing, go make the arrangements.
Tell the seventh prince and his wife to come to the palace tomorrow and dine with me. By imperial decree. I've got a million things to handle in this mansion right now.
I can't count on the seventh prince for anything.
I have to micromanage every single detail myself. How on earth am I supposed to find the time to have dinner with the emperor?
Your Highness, this isn't about whether you have time or not. The emperor's word is absolute law.
You cannot disobey an imperial command.
But I still have to supervise the servants' daily drills.
If I don't wump them into shape,
I won't be able to sleep a wink at night. I'll be too terrified that some assassin will break in and slaughter us all. In that case, why don't I find a few people to help you supervise them, Your Highness?
Don't you worry.
They are all highly capable people from the Emperor's inner circle. They will surely get the job done right.
fine. I'll go.
3 days, at most. I want every single spy in this mansion completely gone. Are you with me? Yes, we are. Every single eye in the palace will be on you tomorrow. All of your father's scheming concubines are just waiting for a chance to tear you apart.
So you absolutely cannot mess up this chance to put on a show.
You have to play your part flawlessly, from every single angle. Maybe I just shouldn't go. You can't just hide out in this mansion forever, since we've kicked their spies out one by one. They have absolutely no idea what's actually going on inside Prince Li's mansion.
If you don't go out and show your face to them once in a while,
How can they ever lower their guard? If they get too suspicious,
they'll just cook up some even nastier schemes.
and that is the last thing we want.
Just listen to me. Tomorrow, wear all white and let me do your makeup.
We're going to make you look deathly pale. Even your lips will look completely bloodless. We need to make them think you're practically on your deathbed, like you're hanging on by a single fragile thread. That is the perfect cover.
Stingy.
As if I actually wanted to touch you anyway. I'm just worried some nosy imperial physician will try to read your pulse tomorrow. Your legs aren't swollen anymore, and you can move completely normally now. What if they find out when they check?
Won't our cover be blown?
Then what do we do? Pants down. Time for the needles. I'll do it myself. Let me do it. I'll do it myself. I need to give you a few more needles. We have to force your symptoms back.
But don't worry.
Only temporary. Just come back tomorrow night for one more session, and you'll be right back to how you are now.
Don't be scared. I'll be very gentle.
Anyone who passes out will be disqualified immediately. Today's drill is 50 laps of frog leaps.
Hands behind your backs. Squat, rise, and jump forward.
If you don't finish those 50 laps, you can go right back to where you came from.
It's not that I don't want to keep you. The truth is, my princess has a terrible temper.
Under her thumb, I don't even know how much longer I'll survive.
Begin. It's freezing out here, and I'm heading back inside.
If you don't whip your bodies into shape,
The princess won't be able to rest easy.
and if she can't rest easy,
I won't have peace either. So do me a favor and let me live a little longer.
Two hours. I'll give you exactly 2 hours.
if you still haven't finished digging within 2 hours, then it just proves you're too slow and clumsy.
Or that you're physically unfit and not cut out to work at the princely estate.
Taking 3 days just to dig 2 holes? You're either disabled or you're hiding some medical condition.
You look like fine normally, but hard labor exposes you every time.
What do you mean, not doing hard labor in the future? In your dreams, you're here to work, not pick and choose. Keep digging.
I said 2 hours, and I meant 2 hours.
If you can't finish, get out. If you do, go make up those 50 laps from yesterday and today.
Don't think you can escape your training just by working here. I'm keeping track of every single lap.